So I stopped at the second floor, ran across cracks, is falling, my pockets is mean. Clean when I vanished off, took off, made track look easy. The walkie-talkies and DTs had black, they was rated PG. Run, I will not give up, no. Quick flag the car down, take me to, go say they come now. Kill off quick, back up, hit the bitch dog, turn downhill like the Molly spliff. Run, I will not get bagged on a rock. Run, see what happened to they bad with they cops. Run, they am shit, plan shit, destroy evidence. Fucking case, I'm not coming home when I'm 56. Die with the heart of Scarface and take 50 licks before I let these crackers throw me his shit. Bounce if you a good kid, bounce through the bird hop curve, swerving get served. These cocksuckers got nerve. Heard I was killing shit, they must got word that I told the chief from Rich Paul I don't wanna merge. Run if you sell drugs in the school zone. Run if you getting chased with no shoes on. Run, fuck that. Run, cops got guns, they giving out life like by the tons. Run if you ain't do shit, you hit that next felony nigga is like 3 zip. So run, hop fences, jump over benches. When you see me coming, get the fuck out the entrance. Run, fuck that. Run, cops got guns. Motherfucker.
I might gotta take my shirt off.
Yeah, kid.
I like that one.
Go in.
Yo, it's Task Force Tuesday. The Knox is in the black car. I got 500 packs in my backyard. Clear 12-12s that look like stuffed shells. I'm cutting niggas' throats on the sales while they puff L's. Don't leave nothing unbagged. Shave everything. I learned from the OGs to save everything. They come by one more time, they gon' hop out. They too deep and one is a bitch. She getting knocked out. Then I can get rid of the pack, but I just copped this pretty chrome thing, so I'm dipping with that. Downshifting on them like I got gears on me. Besides that, I got about 5 years on me. Scared to death, running like I got bears on me. My Timbs start feeling like they Nike ears on me. It's hard for me to slow down, it's like I'm on the thruway. My belt's in the crib on the floor by my two-way. Now I'm trying to hold my hammer up in my pants too. If they don't kill me, they gon' give me a number I can't do. Rather it be the streets than jail where I die at. And I'm asthmatic, so I'm looking for somewhere to hide at. But they too close and I got this new toast. Imagine if I would've let off a shot or two. You know what I gotta do.
Run if you sell drugs in the school zone. Run if you getting chased with no shoes on. Run, fuck that. Run, cops got guns, they giving out life like by the tons. Run if you ain't do shit, you hit that next felony nigga is like 3 zip. So run, hop fences, jump over benches. When you see me coming, get the fuck out the entrance. Run, fuck that. Run, cops got guns. Motherfucker, fucker.
I'm concocting medical documents and journals, nocturnally important internal organs and verbally aborting epidermal assortments, esoteric torments. Your performance where reinforcements are necessary. Vocabulary sipes your capillaries. Adversaries are buried and made imaginary in my stadium. Homo sapien brains, I'm braining them through their cranium. My style subterranean, like stalagmite or titanium. I brought the strontium 90, stomping them with osmium. My rhyme be like a fluid, now your body skewed across your birthplace like amniotic fluid. I wreck the mic like electrolytes, extend like dendrites. New transduction, you running construction like websites. You should be alert when I grip the cordless or wind up paying mortgage on your cryogenic storage. Be alert! Be alert! Be alert! Be alert! Genetic sources of variation, migration, genetic drift, double helix recombination. I be a twisting nucleic acids, Tony incubated babies through fibers sipping synapses. Basic pressure units, atmospheres, and merely force like contradicted buoyant law. To avant-garde, whose more immense photonic electrodes into dense solutions of metal ions that become oxidized. Reduced like back on Alpha 9 with those pesky petro rabbits. Our feeding of energon of nitric acid, plastic planets, inserts of empirical formulas received by satellite probes. Circulating deep space nebulas of all the second glitch style blowing derivative. I be creating space bridges with apexes beyond the galaxy's constructicons. Form devastator, the most powerful robot. MCs will break a passage densities of Dinobots in assimilation. Jet back to Iacron, the reflector snapping shorts, blasting like the almost Megatron or Galvatron. I eject laser beat to seek out the lyrical matrix form parabolic to oblique while beyond this kid be reversing polarities. You see your sheets overplayed like mental physical vocabulary. Strain your mainframe with no races left contained.
Minds with rhymes, like Gladys work with vines. My focus realigned, resulting in catapulting. And these revolting heathen insulting my mic monarchy. In chronology, they get lobotomy sonically, ecstatically, ripping them with hematology curriculum. Killing men and spitting sonnets at the requiem. Lymph nodes, I'm swelling them like mononucleosis. My poems corroding bones like osteoporosis. My orchestration causes transmutation in the earth's rotation. Now adjacent nations mirror my vocabulation like a tessellation. With no procrastination, bash your facing. Injecting leukemia through your skeleton. You peons, I rip for eons. Beyond your grasping, my blades are hacking through your skull. Pull them out, measure calcium graftings. Collapsing consortiums like accordions. Euphoriously speaking and chant like the Gregorian monks, valedictorian. Selling vocal cords in my anatomy emporium. The heart and brain, I'm storing them. Orpheum, sub-zero refrigeration, then I'm waiting for 2 millennia. I emerge from hibernation. Take your offspring, resection vitals and replace them, make them my reincarnations. Hunt for your relations and your bloodline. Ovary crushing castrations. My elocutions executing future generations.
Be alert! Be alert! Be alert! Be alert! Be alert! Be alert! Be alert!
Courtesy to OJ.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up!
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets, trying to consume some skirts for the eve, so I can get some phones. Rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All you search know what's up with 213.
So I hooked a left on 21 and Lewis. Some brothers shooting dice, so I said, let's do this. I jumped out the ride and said, what's up? Some brothers pulled some, so I said, I'm stuck.
Since these girls peeping me, I'm gonna glide and swerve. These looking so hard, they straight hit the curve. Want to bigger, better things than some horny tricks. I see my homie and some suckers all in his mix.
I'm getting jacked, I'm breaking myself. I can't believe they taking Warren's wealth. They took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's next?
They got my homie hemmed up and they all around. Can't none of them see him if they going straight pound for pound. They wanna come up real quick before they start to clown. I best pull out my and lay them busters down.
They got guns to my head, I think I'm going down. I can't believe it's happening in my own town. If I had wings, I would fly, let me contemplate. I glance in the cut and I see my homie Nate.
16 in the and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make some bodies turn. Now they dropping and yelling, it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. I laid all them busters down, I let my explode. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode. If you won't skirt. Sit back and observe. I just left a gang of over there on the curb.
Now they got the freaks, and that's a known fact. Before I got jacked, I was on the same track. Back up, cause it's on N-A-T-E and me, the woman to the G.
Just like I thought, they were in the same spot, in need of some desperate help. The Nate Dogg and the G-Child were in need of something else. One of them names was sexy as hell. I said, ooh, I like your size. She said my chords broke down and just sing real nice. Would you let me ride? I got a car full of girls and it's going real swell. The next stop is the East Side Motel.
I'm tweaking into a whole new era. G-Funk, step to this, I dare ya. Funk on a whole new level.
The rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble.
Chords, strings, we brings melody. G-Funk, where rhythm is life and life is rhythm.
If you know like I know, you don't wanna step to this. It's the G-Funk era, funked out with a gangster twist. If you smoke like I smoke, then you like every day. And if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate.
Like everybody wants something from me.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's a cold world out there. Sometimes I think I'm getting a little frosty myself.
My sound,
Mechanical found ghost.
but my ghetto is
Animal found toast.
my sound,
Mechanical found ghost.
but my ghetto is
Animal found toast.
my sound,
Mechanical found ghost.
but my ghetto is
Animal found toast. Animal found toast.
but my ghetto.
Animal. Life's ill. Sometimes life might kill. For the mega 5 digits, grab mic, might strike type ill. It's life real. I keep bills when life feel like earth don't spin. Whirlwinds might blend. Life's at a standstill. Dangerous cause man kills and still. Cats visualize life ghetto like one mind. Sometimes these cats see life street like incomplete light and be like I'ma live life after this one crime. One line from the megala blow spine. Everyone knows the city's ill. Cats kill still black man holds nine. Gotta chill star. Your law be the light of Shamar. Work hard Shamar see cipher law. Adapt bars snatch stars and detach large channels. But our bars handle might break mics. Voodoo megala the cannibal 8 mics. Strive live live fuck 5. I want 108 mics.
Son, did
Yo,
you see
yo.
that kid, yo?
Chill out,
Yo,
man.
son,
Chill
did
out.
you? Yo, son, he pulled it out.
Keep your eye 5 digits, cock bitty, 9 milli, 1 floor, shot silly, spun city, 1 verse, hit milli. Little girl spinning curls, 360, living in a world shitty. Yo, they spun young earth, now shitty. NY50, my shoe, black head, nigga story, I sold spacesuit to crackhead. DTs operate mechanically, po-po and slow-mo. Black kid locked away, add a key, plus 1/4 pound of smoke flow. Wild blockhead Fabian, Ahmed Arabian, laying in bodeg, holding drama AK, smoke like Asalama OK, choking vodka mixed with OJ, wig splits, mad quick, spinning 360 wave.
C4 blew the door, number 8, summer face, tank top with a knot, number 9 said run the plays, took my girl stereo, CD, plus the tape, star, don't wet that, fuck the face, that stuff to play, jetpack to Santa Cruz, California, IA, piece of cigar, locked up, cat born, 9 ways, come home, mad soon, live ill, life phase, it's like little black girl got shot, damn it hurts when they spun earth and we're not gonna make a difference, so we get locked, caught in the shit and losing what we got. Come on, black equal, equal, whoa.
You know that you're one of the few predator species that preys even on itself.
And if there's crack in a basement,
crackheads stand adjacent, anger displacement, food stamp arrangement. You were a stillborn baby. Mother didn't want you, but you were stillborn. Boy meets world, of course his pops is gone. What you figure? That chalky outline on the ground is a father figure. So he steps to the next stencil. That's a hustler infested with money and diamond cluster. Let's talk in layman terms. Rotten apples and big worms, early birds and poachers. New York is evil at its core, so those who have more than them prepare to be victims. Ate up by vultures, the politicians, and the dog-eat-dog culture that'll sick 'em. Lack of mineral, we take it personal. A pigeon can't drop shit if it never flew. Every day is no frills, empty krills, broken 40 bottles at MCs with skills. I rest my head on 115, but miracles only happen on 34. So I guess life is mean, and death is the median, and purgatory is the mold that we settle in. No doubt, I've got that Eve's Bayou sense of touch, so I fought to touch every hand of a fan to read their thoughts. Battered wives, molested children, roaches on the floor, rats in the ceiling. Cats walk around New York with 2 villains. One is in the mouth, the other does the killing. I'm Vass, Air, Kramer, top billing.
Yo, rest in peace to Big L, 139.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
All right, cut and print. Beautiful, guys. Dynamite.
Boom, bam, bop.
Fight back! Fight back!
But no, fam, this whole week has just been like goal for me or whatnot. But like I have been doing the thing as a thing, and I got the thing done. Also, fucking I'm almost done.
ご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
The hard part is now all I have to do is like every single boss. I'm beat the last boss of every single character, and that's gonna be defeated. Fuck, bro.
I kind of figured it would.
Oh my god, it didn't fucking. Boom. Where is the podcast? Bam. The podcast. Is this shit still on fucking streamer mode? I think it's still on streamer mode. Not supposed to be showing that. Oh my god. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it on display capture, turn that on. There we go. We got display capture on, and now it looks all fucking on my end. Alright. So, welcome to the episode of HotSticks Podcast. I'm here with Alicorn Lion.
Howdy.
And I'm Doombot. It's 185, by the way. Fucking yeah, fam. Elden Ring has been a fun ass fucking game. Elden Ring Night Reigns has been a fun game, but like I'm finding out, players are just like I can get to like over 100 hours sexing of players that are like new players and just fucking up just like how you did in the start, and like it's frustrating.
Wait, how's it?
There's no comms, so like you can't tell people to do X or you're doing X.
Oh, okay.
Like the ping system's cool and all, but like yikes, man. Ew, fuck. But no, shit, you got Horse Girl Has Hands. Have you played that new gotcha game? That's the horse girls and shit. That's free to play.
That's the time. That's the one I'm talking about.
All right, let's start a video game. So, so fucking because I gotta talk about RoboCop, bro. That's the other game I gotta talk about. Fucking RoboCop. But no,
RoboCop.
Yeah. So there's this game called RoboCop Rogue City, but we're gonna start with your topic first, though, Alicorn.
All right. So after 4 years, Uma Musume finally came to English and everything else like that. So of course, like I talked about the announcement like a few months ago, where like they did it during one of the anniversaries to like the Kentucky Derby and everything else like that.
Yeah, I've been seeing memes of people acting like it's the actual Kentucky Derby.
And I'm not gonna lie, everybody's kind of struggling right now.
What do you mean? How bad are the pools?
Okay, so the pools isn't the thing that's making everybody struggle.
Okay.
It's the actual gameplay.
Wait,
that's
what?
making everybody struggle. Oh yeah, it's the actual gameplay.
Is it like
that's
a goon
making
fest with the
everybody
gameplay,
struggle.
or like explain?
No, it's not really Goon Fest at all or anything else like that. All right, so basically, it's one of those games. I'm trying to think of like what's like the actual genre to this type of game, but basically, this is what happens. So you have they obviously have to start you out with like some characters and everything else like that. All the horse girls basically they obviously have like their own stats, like speed, stamina, everything else like that. You basically got to overall go through like a time period of like basically like training them, basically hanging out with them and everything else like that. You basically have like one horse girl that you basically like focus on their career. They'll usually have like a storyline that'll be showing up from time to time, and you basically got to get like certain conditions. They basically start out with like good stats, but then there's obviously like one or two stats that you obviously have to work on and everything else like that. But the thing is, every single horse girl, whenever you do their career, you basically have to have other horse girls try to help with their stats.
Yeah.
So they'll basically be mentors or everything else like that. And you can basically also use like the career that you had with certain horse girls. You can use them as the mentor, and they'll basically gain like your stats and everything else like that. That's kind of sort of one of the major issues with the game is, all right, you have like this horse girl that like, let's say she has very good like speed stats, and you use it to, inherit it to like the horse girl that you're basically is like that you're basically doing the career for, because they need the like the speed stats and everything else like that.
Yeah.
You can basically have some of like the most perfect stats and still lose like RNG during the races. And then at the same time, depending on certain horse girls, like the thing makes it like 10 times more difficult, especially if like the thing has to do with like their personality and everything else like that. And like for a prime example, best horse girl, which is Gold Ship. In real life, the actual Gold Ship is a piece of shit. Like I'm gonna be real with you on that.
Okay.
There was a legit race that people lost $80 billion because Gold Ship purposely threw away the race.
Seriously?
Yeah, this is a real incident. He seriously.
Wait, are these anime girls based off of real horses, like real race horses?
It's basically like the same.
Bad and so funny at the same time.
It's basically the kind of sort of similar to like how Fate is based off of like real legends and mythological legends and everything else like that. Yeah. All the horse girls are based off of like real horses.
That's so weird. So like now I gotta fuck these real horses now? Are we evolving the clop? Like guys, another clop incident that happened at the Independent Con. Ew. Wait, hold on. Where's my pragmatic light? Hold on. The mod say that was problematic.
If I remember correctly, I think like when the series like first came out, I think it was during like the peak of the Brony era, actually.
Oh, is Seabiscuit in it?
Nah, the thing is, most of them were Japanese horses, but I think if they did decide to do like more foreign horses, Seabiscuit would definitely. Seabiscuit and what was the other American one that started with a S?
I don't even know to tell you.
Secretariat. I forgot what was the other one. Cause there was it was like the because they did that in that was what's his face's inspiration, I think. Both like in BoJack Horseman, like the horse that he looked up to was that other racehorse. I think his name was like Secretarian or something. Well, I gotta look it up, but yeah, they don't do too many of the foreign horses. I think like the only one, I have to look it up real quick. This is actually what was her name? Oh, she's a mix. Okay. One of the ones I thought was like an actual like foreign horse was this one named El Condor Pasa. But apparently she's like a mix. She's a mix from like a different she's like a mix of an American. Oh wait, it is an American horse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so she's like, so far I think she's like the only one to my knowledge from that they made into like an actual horses, but I think that's because she did have like a lot of races in Japan and whatnot.
Damn. No, but hey, it's the story is the story is the same story from the anime, or like how's the story?
All right, so it kind of technically is, but like it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to say. So in the anime, each season is focused on it. Like the main character to each season is like a different horse. Like, what was it? In the first season, it was Special Week, and then the second season, it was Tohei Teo. I forgot who it was in the third season because I haven't like watched it yet. And then the movies also focus on like a different horse too, because the what was the name of like I think her name was like Dansu Flame, that was like the main horse to like the movie that came out like last year and everything else like that. And let's be real, like some of the horses, like they kind of in real life they kind of had like a lot, some of them kind of had like some tragic stories and everything else like that. So it's also implemented like in their lore in sometimes. Like one of the other focus characters in season 1 was a horse called like Silent Suzuka. And in real life, the final race that Silent Suzuka had like injured his leg and whatnot.
Okay.
And it was like, it's kind of weird because like when you see like the actual race, you can definitely tell like they slow down at some particular point. And then you can base like the jockey had to get off, and then they had to bring like medics and everything else like that to tend to the leg and everything else like that. In the anime, she runs so fast that when she turns the corner, she breaks her leg turning the corner and everything else like that. And she spends the rest of the season with like an injured leg and whatnot. So it's kind of like it's kind of stuff like that. Going back to Ghost Ship, because like Ghost Ship, if I had to describe Ghost Ship, is kind of similar to Ash and Charizard.
Hey, question: do anybody get put down in this anime, or is it implied?
If the horse actually got put down in real life during like a race, then they'll basically like bring it off as like either an injury or retirement. Like for a prime example, one of the saddest races was my other favorite horse, which is Rice Shower. So in real life, the actual Rice Shower was basically every time there was like a horse that was about to break a record and everything else like that, Rice Shower basically won that race, preventing that record. And because of it, a lot of people hated the horse. So yeah, and they basically like did that, and they did that like in the actual anime too, where she was like, she won a couple of races that if the other horse was to win, then they would have broke some record. But Rice Shower wins, and then all of a sudden everybody like hates her and everything else like that. They did it in like one race, and then of course like they had to bring up like her confidence and everything.
Yeah.
Because like she was kind of like timid and everything else like that. And then of course like the next race when she did it again, everybody was like throwing food and everything else, booing her and everything else. Yeah, she was considered like a heel and everything else like that to a lot of people's eyes.
Wow. I didn't know like fucking horses had characteristics like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately in real life there was a race where Rice Shower got hurt so bad that they had to euthanize him on the field.
Wait, are all the horses male or female or whatnot, or are they all female?
No, okay, so in Uma Musume, they're all female, but
wow, there's no inclusives.
well, okay. Here's the thing, though. If the horse that they're based off of is a male, they do like a little distinguish. They have like little hints of distinguishment. So like if the like every single Uma Musume has like a ribbon on one of their ears. If I remember correctly, if it's on the left ear, in real life they're a female. If it's on the right ear, in real life they're a male.
Hold on, what is that? So you have a big-breasted woman, but as long as the ribbon's on the side of the male side, they're
I mean, like I said, it's basically like Fate Stay Night, but like it's like basically like the Fate series, but like with horse girls. Because like
Hercules is a dude. What do you mean?
I mean, think about it. Artoria Pendragon, aka Original Saber, is a female who was King Arthur. But they still
JD
refer.
arc that ass.
And then the same thing with Mordred, which is his son, which is a woman in Fate what was it? Fate Apocrypha, who is still considered a quote unquote king.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Just how. Listen, I understand that it's a waifu anime or whatnot, but like, guess what anime? Guess what two animes got seasons? I know this is off topic, but guess what two animes have seasons?
Are you going to talk about the rooster one?
No, whack ass dress up darling, and after it got this ending in the manga, fucking Rent a Girlfriend. Right?
I wonder how many people are actually going to be watching Rent a Girlfriend.
Knowing the ending and what it like fucking happens and shit like that, bro. I don't think anybody's gonna watch it. If you know, you know. If you don't, good luck. But no, continue with your gotcha horse game with the males with the ribbons on the wrong side.
Oh yeah, like the thing I was like mentioning about like Ghost Ship earlier. Because like in the in real life Ghost Ship is an actual like is like an actual like asshat and everything else like that. If you try to train Ghost Ship in the game randomly, there's going to be days where you're restricted from training it because she doesn't want to get trained.
Yeah.
So
she is
that basically. I really wouldn't say like a tsundere per se. I mean, to be honest, she gets screwed over in the anime a lot. Like she's like one of those characters that always get hurt in like the most random ways. For like no apparent reason. But what was it? Then like one that a lot of like the newer fans are basically being pretty wholesome about is this one horse called damn, what was her name? Haru. Oh, I found the thing. There we go.
Hell yeah. Boom bam bop, bada bop boop pow.
Okay, so I was right. It was left ear.
Wait. The males wear pants?
Yeah, pretty much.
I swear to God, if I see a post any of these gooners that I'm in Discord, so if I see pants on the character, I'm gonna yell trap, dead ass. I bet you're all flash. Why did it make them girls though? That's so dumb.
I mean,
like, hold on, I understand that, like, fucking, I understand that they're fucking waifu anime, but still, dude, it could have been boys versus girls in this one. How did it differentiate
I don't
Stallion
think
and
it would
Mare
have
and
been.
Unamus? So Stallions wear the pants.
Pretty much.
Because their dicks always. Yo! I can't with this. I'm gonna accidentally find some hentai of this shit, and it's gonna be Funamari up the ass, bro. It's gonna be accurate Funamari. Hold on. Oh, damn, I don't have it here. Wait, is it this one? There we go.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Oh, what's his face that plays Powerplex and Invincible? I can't think of what his name is in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. But no, continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, so the other one I was going to talk about was the pink-haired one and like the female side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the in real life horse never won a race.
Oh, so
at
she's
all.
underdog?
Into the into like the entire thing. Well, actually, I heard she did win a race, but it was never put on record. But throughout the whole entire time, out of like the 114 races, she never won. And then the sad thing is, the final race that she did, because she's like, her best races are usually in a sprint race, so like just straightforward, like all grass and everything else like that. The final race she had was a regular race that was on dirt, and she does pretty horribly on dirt. And I think it was like a 3-lap race or something like that.
So now you just know the history of horse stuff because of horse waifu anime? Or does it give you like the history in game? Because that'd be cool if they did that.
A little bit of both. They basically make a story. There is like a couple of YouTube channels who actually goes through like the history of the actual horses. That's how I know a few of them. But yeah, for the most part, they basically make a story kind of based around like how the actual horse was like in what was it? Yeah, how the actual horse is like, and you know how their career actually went and everything else like that.
Yeah.
So they basically do it like based off of like their actual careers and all this other stuff. The sad thing about Haru, which is the one that didn't win any races, in the final one, in the final one of her career, they basically say like it doesn't matter like what place you get, just like finish the race and everything else like that. But like in real life, the final race, she basically came, in last place.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they portray her character, she's always like super positive and everything else like that, and wants to race just to have fun and all this other stuff like that. So of course they kind of made it super sad in the thing where she's like, I'm supposed to be having so much fun, but why am I crying? I was like, damn, they didn't have to go that hard on it.
So, like, I have a question too. Do the writers exist? Like, not have actual writers, but like, so let's say they're trainers or some shit like that, or they're partners, like a coach.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to be the coach.
What?
Yeah, you're supposed to be the coach.
Do you date any of these horses in the game?
Nah.
Aw, boo! I can't have my equestrian fanfic. Boo!
I mean, regardless, you still have people who sense for the horses.
But yeah, so how is the game like gameplay wise though? Like, do you get to control like the horses moving or whatnot, or is it all simulated?
So basically throughout the training process, you can either basically train on one of the it's like, for a prime example, before the race they give you like 13 days to, like, let's say like one of them you have like 13 days to like train, do whatever. You obviously got to spend a few of the days like training them, but then of course they get fatigued, so you got to like have like a few rest days and like try to like hang out with them, make sure that like not only their stats are good but their morality, bar is good and everything else like that. And then of course, like, depending on the horse girl, you probably got to spend more time on their morality than their actual like training and everything else like that. So once like the race actually starts, it's basically just like looking at like an actual horse race. You just basically watch them race, and you basically also have like a certain, you also have to build certain horses in certain ways. Like, for a prime example, remember you played Mark of the Wolves, right?
Yeah, sort of, but I wasn't ever good at it.
So you know how like you can choose like which part of like the life bar you can get like all of the special things? Yeah, so it's kind of similar to that. You have certain horse girls that will be able to, do their best in like a certain part of like the race. So like if you want your horse girl to save all of their stamina to like the last part of the race, and then that's when they start going through, then you can do that. Or you can basically, like, straight out the gate, just straight, use everything that you got, and then hopefully throughout the rest of the race, you stay in first place. It is one of those. It's one of those things, and a majority of the time it will work. A majority of the time it will work, but actually it's kind of 50-50. Sometimes if you like build them correctly, you can build them correctly and they'll still like lose the race and everything else like that.
Is there PvP?
Yeah, there's PvP. I haven't gotten that far into PvP yet though.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out like how that's going to actually work.
Now, is there a pay to win aspect, or is it pay to win just pools?
I wouldn't say it's like a pay to win per se. Cause like, to be honest, getting the actual horse girls isn't necessarily like where the spending basically goes in. It's the assist cards that basically like determines a lot of it, and how you raise your horse girls is also how it determines it, because it's in general it's kind of similar to IV farming.
Oh, so you can give them drugs to be faster. I'm not drugs. Yeah, you gotta keep searching for that one thing to have perfect IVs. I was thinking the EVs.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It's basically like that.
You know what's funny about Pokemon? I'm gonna have this one tab bit. You can give them literally the supplements to make them stronger, which means you can give them like steroids and shit, like to buff their attack speed and all this other shit. Like, Pokemon actually promotes like fucking giving your Pokemon and or animals fucking drugs.
I mean, it does that. It basically promotes basically like dog fighting pretty much.
And it's the best dog fighting. Dog fighting with powers. Like, imagine having a game about collecting insects and that was the only game. But now Pokemon's like, nah, bro, we're gonna make it monsters. We're gonna put them in capsules, and we're gonna give them drugs. We're gonna give them all the rare candies. Is there a rare candy system in this game?
No, not necessarily. The thing is, during like your whole like horse girl career, like if you lose a certain amount of races, the career like ends right there.
What?
However, they have these things that you rarely get, which you can like you can rewind an event or two and basically do it. But like it's funny because somebody was all like, "Oh yeah, every time I use this like time thing, I'm basically doing Killer Queen bites the dust."
Does it actually do like the rewind effect?
Kind of. There's like no animation to it, sadly, but somebody did like make a clip where
you gotta send that shit, bro.
First Killer Queen.
Also, breaking news, by the way.
What?
Check on chat.
The Miss Surly situation got. Oh no.
The thumbnail's different, but I heard what I've seen from the thumbnail. I think CPS got called.
You know what? About time.
Yeah.
I think this was one of the times where CPS definitely need to get involved, because when the moment I heard, oh yeah, like we're making like a whole OnlyFans, where I was like, why?
You know, like mind you, the OnlyFans can be safe for work though, because everybody the misconception of OnlyFans is everybody thinks it's not safe for work because all the porn stars that are on there and shit like that, right? Or sex workers that are on there, right? But you can make it safe for work OnlyFans, but like, I just hate it. It's just gross, bro. Ew. But no, continue with the Masumi stuff, or the clock racer anime.
I was about to say like the problem with like the whole OnlyFans thing is, well, yes, there is like a lot of positive creators that does it. Like for a prime example, one of the YouTubers that I followed, Alonzo Lenore, I think that's how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
He basically like made one, and it's just basically like behind the scenes stuff and everything else like that. And then of course like Ace, and then of course you have like Ace Vane, who was like, oh yeah, let me literally just like make one. It just posts nothing but actual fans.
Didn't somebody do that as well? Somebody else?
I think so. Oh, there we go.
I could do an edit of this way much more better. Can you still lose if you do the time rewind?
Yeah, there's still a possibility of you losing.
Is there a percentage?
That's what makes the game so frustrating. It's like you can build like this perfect horse girl and she still loses.
That sounds like so unfair. This feels like one of those, like, you know when you play a fighting game in an arcade and the first level's hard as shit even though you've been playing the game for years?
SNK. Yeah.
Yeah. Like fucking, if you want a quarter stealer, like play one of those bootleg SNK games. The one where it's like a dream match that only like Mexicans and Brazilians plays. Hold on, that's if I'm back like.
This is a sickness.
But no, yeah. What other features in the game that make you want to break your phone? Or wait, is it on the phone too, or is it just PC?
I think there is a stream version of the game. I know they recently put Blue Archive on stream.
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm not gonna play it because like I already have Withering Waves, and I have Withering Waves and fucking Snowbreak, which added wedding dresses of characters in the game, which I'm not buying. Listen, that was not a panic laugh, okay? I just haven't booted the game yet, so I don't know how they fucking look. But no, anything else with the game?
So I was kind of like a little bit skeptical on when they were talking about what they were going to do different from the global release compared to like the actual Japanese release. So because we're 4 years behind, they decided to speed up a lot of the events and everything else like that. So
I hate when they do that for these kind of games or whatnot. But at the same time, I love it because it lets us catch up to the content that we want to watch.
Now this was kind of a problem with Princess Connect because they tried to do the same thing and everybody got burnt out and the game eventually died in global. So I was kind of like a little bit skeptical on it at first, but I think like the game has like enough content where you don't get burned out. And we're about to have like, I think next week is when we have the first must pull, which is what was it? Which was like one of the support cards for Keystone Black. Because apparently that's supposed to boost your account like heavily. However, one of the things that they did let us do is get a lot of the improved features that, you know, took a while for Japan to get and like instantly put it like in the game and whatnot. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this game like took like a lot of guides and it made like a lot of the global players feel a lot better hearing that even the Japanese players was struggling when the game first came out. So it was like, oh, so we don't really suck. Everybody had an issue with this. But yeah,
what are some of your gripes with the game as you play though? Like, how many hours have you put in already?
To be honest, I haven't really, me personally, I haven't put in that much because like when the game like came out, like I was already going down a rabbit hole of something else, and then it was a combination of that and like getting super busy, so I haven't really had it was a combination of that, getting super busy and trying to catch up on the backlog of all the other gacha games that I was playing. So yeah, I haven't got a chance to spend as much time as I wanted on this game as I should.
But no, with that said, we go to the next topic?
Yeah, we can do that.
So, the next topic is gonna be a fucking doozy. I've been playing this game called RoboCop Rogue City. I got that shit for real cheap on Steam because Steam still having their stuff today. I should buy some for $10. That's $10 in my account that was given to me today. So
yeah, I already spent money on what's his face?
Is it Peak?
Nah.
What?
On Prime Day yesterday.
Oh, Prime Day was yesterday, huh? Fuck.
I think it's still going on today as well, but
I got $10. I need to buy something that's $40 in order to get like something for free without shipping shit like that. But no, bro, fucking wait. You said horse girls have hands, right? What does that mean? Do they fight in this? Like, do they actually punch?
They don't really fight, even though like Ghost Ship in one of her winning animations literally drops kicking.
Oh, that's crazy. But no, damn it, RoboCop is a mess of a good game, bro. Like, mind you, I believe this is made by indie dev. I don't think this is made by a major dev or whatnot. They do have a DLC that's out right now, but I'm not gonna get the DLC because, well, it's not out. I don't think it's out. No, it's not out yet. I have to check Steam. But no, they are having the DLC coming up, which is like it improves a lot of things. But while I was playing, I had to check my specs every single fucking time because even though the game was good, the gameplay was good or whatnot, I still have to nerf down my stuff because when I got my new controller, which I have a new controller right now, shit was still kind of wonky. It feels like I'm still using mouse and keyboard controls with this because the controls was not responsive, so this was not made for a controller. What else? Even though the game was fun, I like the story because the story's actually canon, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, wait, this shit's canon? There's no way. Fucking the people who made the movie never allowed a canon. Lo and behold, I checked the wiki, I checked the fan base, and everybody's like, yeah, it's between 1 and 2. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Fucking in 2, she did say she was in the hospital for like a cool minute before. Like when did Murphy's partner die?
I think it was the third one.
Okay, it was the third one. Okay, cool. If we get the next one between like 2 and 3, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
And wait, I have another question too. In RoboCop 2, what was all destroyed?
I'm trying to remember what was RoboCop 2 about.
I don't remember either. That's the thing. It's been so long since I watched all the RoboCops. Hey, but it's cool shooting up people on RoboCop theme plays. All you hear is I'm just shooting niggas, ricocheting bullets off of walls and shit. But no, the story's okay. There's this new cop called Ulysses Williams that was brought in by CCP, and I believe your choice is better. But I haven't seen anything like she was saying like, oh, you did this choice and whatever, right? Now to see the basic linear path of what's going on, right? They got a lot of the voices right, especially a lot of the voices for Murphy, the black mayor that's on there, because I thought that dude was just should have been displayed by Kevin Hart and or Chris Rock. Well, would have been funnier, bro. I wish you had more quips saying like "drop it." But no, the game was a buggy mess. So there's a lot of missions in the game. It's not open world. It's just a small map, and a few other levels or whatnot related to that map. Oh no, my pants. Now my pants just fell off when I got up to move my fan because it's getting hotter.
Bruh.
Bro, it's hot for no reason, bro. Even though it's summer. It's hot boy summer right now.
I mean, it's gonna get hotter in October.
Oh my god, I will dread the day October comes. What if it starts to snow in California out of nowhere, bro?
I mean, doesn't it snow in like Big Bear?
Sometimes it doesn't. I don't think I haven't seen snow in Big Bear in like 6 years. But like I'm talking about like just near the coast, like around. Imagine the snow's around here. Like,
oh yeah, then we should be worrying. then we should be worried.
Niggas gonna be banging in the snow, wearing like fucking. And let me get back to RoboCop. So yeah, RoboCop is very interesting game. A lot of you can actually have the people sway to your end or whatnot. They try to give RoboCop human rights in the game, which I thought was okay. I thought that shit was kind of cool, giving RoboCop's human rights, because like he still is human at the end of the day, but he still is a cyborg, which is weird, because he's mostly sending a weapon, even though he can think for himself. I'm gonna go through the game again, but I'm gonna do New Game Plus on easy, because I try to play that shit on extreme and I have to nerf myself down to normal, and there's another harder difficulty, and I'm looking at the shit like, maybe when I max everything out. But I can't refund the game because bugs, there are so many bugs. I fell through the map twice. I've seen enemies just slowly like glide into the down into the map. Puzzles will break. I watch missions won't break. I've watched MCCs disappear, like some instant transmission type shit. I have seen like wild ass fucking ragdoll physics. Let's see, phantom damage. Yes, phantom damage, nigga. I have walked into a room where I know I killed everybody, where the shit says, "Oh, room clear, put away your gun." All of a sudden, I just get shot. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Bro, there is a mission. Dude, I hated this mission. This is usually I switch my shit to normal, cause when you fight this mission, it is out in the open. Cause usually I just use cover when I fight, like the bitch that I am. And you can't not use. You have to use cover in extreme mode because like niggas will melt you down like your tinfoil, which is crazy because RoboCop's basically a tank unless you shoot him in his chin.
Actually, yeah, that is kind of true.
Which is funny too, cause I think in RoboCop 2, you know how you got really fucked up at the beginning or whatnot, you had those holes or whatnot? They actually have this boss fight at the end when you fight one of the old CEOs who died in the middle of the game.
Huh.
Yeah, I kind of like the boss fight, but hate it at the same time because RoboCop can't move for shit. I thought this thing was gonna be agile like in the 2025, 2020 one version. No, as it 2016 or 2019 of the reboot of RoboCop?
I think it was 2016.
2016. Yeah, I wish they had that skin too. That would have been so cool.
Yeah, the skin was pretty badass. I will admit that.
Like it's like, mind you, it's 2016. Like the shit looks corny for 2016, but at the same time, bro, that shit looked as sleek as fuck, bro. But like the 1980s version was actually, they make a lot of sense with the 1980s version in this video game than they did the movie. Cause he has like a tackle. He has a tackle in this game that goes far as shit, bro. Like you can knock niggas into walls and watch them explode in the mist. Which is another thing too. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is on purpose to like save on time or whatnot, but you can throw niggas through walls.
Hey.
Like, no, the wall's still there. Like, it's funny when you throw them in between people because the person actually throwing just die instantly and the other person just on the ground, which I thought was funny as fuck, bro. But no, the 50 cal exploding fucking rifle was fun to use. Fighting those bipedal fuckers I can't walk upstairs was fun. Though, like in the story mode, there's a new guy who's a son of one of the CEOs who hated you or whatnot for what you didn't want and everything. And so, oh, also there's a lot of Easter eggs from the first movie and the newest movie that's coming, and the newest one in that timeline. Like, you remember when that one robot shot up to one of the fucking workers to like to death? Like he just kept on drilling into him or whatnot. As I was playing, I walked into a closet in CPP, COP or OCP or whatnot, and they have that shit there just in the closet, bro. The blood is still on the shit, but it's like old blood, you know what? That's all dry and crusted.
Oh.
I'm sitting here like, damn, they not put that much attention to detail with this Easter egg. And I found that Easter egg completely on accident. I got the achievement for it too. Cause like me, this game does award you for exploring shit. Which I thought was like pretty cool with that. And then there's a scene where I have to escort my therapist outside the fucking thing while people try to kill her or whatnot. Bro, OCP is some fucking scums, bro. I would have figured out how I defected from these niggas, but sadly I'm a robot, so I can't do shit. But no, I enjoyed the story a lot of shit like that. Go ahead.
I was about to say, actually, it's pretty funny because like Nikkei kind of found like a way around the problem.
What do you mean?
So Nikkeis also have that programming in them that they can't harm humans. However,
the goddess Nikkei shit?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm seeing way too much of that shit on my fucking shorts, bro. I just want to just bust one of them in their ass. It's like one of them just, ugh. So, I
mean, there are some of them that you canonically actually do have sex with.
What?
Yeah, there are like some stories where like it does end up canonically you sleep with them.
I thought they were androids.
They are.
They got pocket pussies?
I guess so. I mean, like legit. When a woman becomes a Nikkei, the only human thing about them is like their actual brains.
Huh. So can they feel?
Yeah, pretty much. They have pain receptors and all the other stuff like that.
Bro, what if it turns out to be Detroit Become Human? So there's this one little filmmaker not safe for work video that I always end up saving for some apparent reason on my PC, where Kara she has a malfunction, but she's riding one of the main characters, right? But she's going super fast.
Bruh.
And he's like struggling trying to fire. She's just deadpan looking at this nigga. It's just like, no, stop. You can hear the nut. You can't see it, which I'm like, yes, but you can hear it. It's all wet. It's like it burns. Hold on.
This is a sickness.
The sickness.
But nah, I enjoyed the game a lot. I just wish the gameplay on controller was a lot more smoother because like I had to, oh my god, I was fucking trying to fix the fucking sensitivity on my controller and couldn't find that sweet spot, which sucked. That's why I'm like, yeah, this controller just gives you like fucking keyboard prompts and shit like that to open doors, even though I'm using a fucking controller. There's a lot of other bugs too, like I only said this shit in text, but I haven't talked about this shit verbally. The voicings or the lips on a lot of characters, a piece of it is like fucking clip into their teeth, or it will stretch out to the other lip or whatnot, which is crazy.
Huh.
But no, there's a lot of missions where motherfuckers just should have just died. Well, I love how you can just grab niggas and just throw them into the air. Just like,
I mean, when you really think about it, like Murphy was kind of disrespectful with some of those arrests.
Hell yeah, nigga. Like I'm sitting here, like, dude, I'm doing grab combos to catch niggas. Like, imagine you're in the death hallway, everybody shooting, like, you're gonna shoot down the hallway, but nah, nigga, I'm grabbing you, throwing you to the floor, grabbing you, throwing you to the kitchen, grabbing you, throwing you to next door neighbor's hallway. Grab you, throw you to the ceiling like you're dark, like I'm Dark Vader. Nigga, I was destroying niggas in this game. And you know what's shitty too? There should have been more games in this fucking video game.
There should have been more games.
Games like game bangers.
Oh,
like we should have had the hood nigga instead of the random 80s punk nigga. or racist biker gang with occasional black and Hispanic dudes in your gang, even though you're obviously fucking racist. But nah, game was super fun. It was just the bugs were killing it for me. But I only encountered like 5 more bugs. After that, some of them like crashed the desktop. Some of them where like dialogue wasn't even said. Like, mind you, they're not gonna fix this. I wish they did, but they're definitely not gonna fix this. They're already working on their DLC and shit, and that makes me upset. Cause the game was actually pretty good, and I enjoyed playing the game. But with that said, I still got more video games to talk about, but we're gonna talk about after like the Candace Owens shit. So, what's it about this cruise shit?
Oh, so Carnival Cruise?
Okay, what happened now with niggas? For me, title, what happened? What did niggas do?
So of course, like you've seen like the last like few months, there's been like a bunch of like people getting banned because like there's been a bunch of like fights like breaking out and everything else like that, right?
No, I haven't seen any of that actually. I haven't really paid attention to it.
Yeah, there's been like a bunch of like random fights basically happening at like the at Carnival Cruise and everything else like that. So the thing is, the cruise line overall is supposed to be pretty cheap compared to like most cruise lines. So basically you have like obviously like a lot of people like go there, and then of course like do the cruise line and all that. But because of like the fights been broken out, and sadly, of course, is predominantly black, a mass majority of people who's been doing the fights and everything else like that, and and they're like part of like the main reason why like a lot of the fights been breaking out. A lot of black people think that the cruise line is just racist because they banned like a bunch of like other stuff. They banned like a bunch
only
of
black
like
people
stuff.
doing it though? Cause like it can't be only just niggas.
I mean, there's obviously like more than just like black people. Like, there's like more than like black people, doing the fights though. But a mass majority of the time, it basically has some type of black person in it.
Ugh.
There was like one brawl where it was like 24 people fighting.
Yo, and I didn't see any of this. Wow, this is what's written on my radar.
No, I think there should have been like at least a few you should have saw, because there was one where like this lady didn't want to go off, didn't want to get off, and then they had to literally carry her off the ship, but she was like trying to dead weight. She was trying to dead weight herself. So of course, like she was making everything like pretty difficult and stuff like that. And that happened, I think, like a couple of months ago.
I want to say it's racist though.
Well, let me try to find like the article thing.
Bet. Why you do that? I'm about to look at some porn on Steam.
Why?
Because it's Gooning Week.
Gooning Week.
Yeah. 7-9, everything's gonna be fine with some gooning. I'm gonna stop. I can't wait till 7-11 day though.
Oh, right, that is in a few days. It is in a couple of days.
Yeah, and I'm actually not want to buy a game now because there's a sale going. Why do Steam have to do this to us, man?
I mean, we always have summer Steam sales.
I know, but like this one falls nearby 7-Eleven where I don't actually really go to. I want to buy my Class of 09 flip side so I can see how bad the foot fetish porn is in this one.
Damn it.
I heard like it's super bad though. I can't even buy Crow Country. Boo. I should buy Nope Nurses Melee. I could get that for free probably.
Okay, I found it. Alright, so the new rules in the Carnival cruise ships is as follows. They now have a curfew for anybody under the age of 17 and under. So after 1 a.m., unless they're accompanied by adult, which has to be 21 years or older.
So they're the kids that are doing this stupid shit.
Some of it, yeah.
Okay.
Then there was the guest corridors, like please refrain from running and making noise, including shouting, screaming in hallways.
Wait, does this apply to like the father who saved their daughter and everybody tried to lie on him?
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know about that story? So there was a boat cruise where a father had to jump into the water, and this happened like right after the podcast, right away. By the way, because she fell into like the water or whatnot. Luckily, the boat wasn't moving at the time, I believe. But he still saved her anyway. But everybody's saying like, oh, it's the dad's fault. You should have been like more responsible and shit like that. It's his duty to jump inside of the water and save his daughter. But it turns out like it was the actual fully accident, not betrayed by anybody but the kid itself. Even though like, yeah, it should have been on the parent to watch the kid, but it was a dead ass just accident. And
damn, that's screwed.
And niggas on Facebook try to lie and say like, oh, he's a deadbeat dad, he didn't do anything and all this other shit. And it turns out, yeah. And it's funny too, because it's women saying this shit, not men, women.
Of course it is. Because no dad can do wrong. I mean, no dad can do right unless if they pay. It was like unless they pay child support,
Damn.
the dad can never do right.
Not saying
Let's
this
just be
out
real
loud. Come on, we can't be red pill today, bro. Okay. No, continue the carnival stuff because, like, I think it's like I hate when it's niggas, bro. It's like COVID has stopped and niggas just act up. Like, I hate using the term black fatigue, but like nigga fatigue is slowly growing inside of me, bro. You already got with the Carmelo Anthony shit.
Much.
Talking about Anthony did his self-defense. No, that nigga didn't. He stabbed someone. He killed someone. Somebody lost a baby, bro. Dead ass.
I know there's going to be a straight up riot if Carmelo Anthony actually becomes guilty because everybody's going to be all like, "Well, how is he going to be guilty? But Diddy is let free."
Oh, hey, we gotta talk about Diddy after this.
Yeah, we'll talk about Diddy after this.
Continue.
All right, so let's see. Guest corridors, police are framed for running and making noise to disturb other guests who may be resting and sleeping in their stair rooms. Personal devices for safety reasons. Public announcements must be heard by all guests and crew. Consistently, guests must use earphones while listening to music or watching shows, movies on personal devices such as mobile tabs and laptops in public spaces. All speakers and radios are prohibited and will be confiscated.
What?
Handled fans and beverages. This is one of the things that everybody was saying, oh, they kind of racist for. For safety reasons, handheld fans are not prohibited in a nightclub or any indoor dance floor. In addition, the beverages are not allowed on any dance floor. So basically, the reason why people are saying this is the thing that's making it racist for like black people and everything else like that is because that boots on the door dance they were basically doing on a dance floor with like a bunch of fans and everything else like that. But at the same time,
mic off.
Let's see.
All right, go ahead. It was some dude who keeps fucking calling me.
Oh, okay. So they were basically doing the boots on the dance floor with the fans and everything else like that. And I guess the safety thing comes from, you know, what if somebody accidentally like loses their fan and then somebody like slips on it, and then of course now there's going to be a lawsuit and all this other stuff like that. So it's kind of a little bit understandable. But a lot of people had an issue with that. A lot of people had the thing with the drinks as well, because it used to be unlimited drinks. Now they're limited to like I think 15 or 20 drinks and everything else like that. And of course, like this is probably one of the major reasons why there's constantly like fights and everything else like that, because there's too many people getting turned up and all of this other stuff like that. There was also a thing said that they were technically banning hip hop music.
No, that's racist. Dead ass. No, fuck that. That is 100% racist. Fuck that cruise line and everything it fucking stands for. How the fuck you gonna be like, oh man, you know, let's ban hip hop and rap? Nah, that's geared towards black people. Over here talking about, nah man, we gonna ban hip hop and rap so these niggeroids won't end up doing stupid shit because it's always rap. Like, fucking hate it here, bro. Castle these niggas.
I mean, you act like that there isn't any like black music that you can actually like play in a club that is actually safe. That is actually safe. I mean, think about it.
Listen,
We
all
got
those songs were our grandma or are now all those songs for people who are now grandmas. Okay, Big Booty Hoes, Pump With It has been played since fucking '99.
What? So you don't want to remember the 21st of September anymore?
That's not hip hop. That's oldies.
I mean, you can play. I mean, you can still play that at the club on the dance floor and everything else, on the dance floor and everything else like that. It's like literal. You can play literal cookout music.
What do white people see as cookout music? Because black people and
With
Hispanics
like
have
black
different cookout.
artists. You can even play Michael Jackson and Prince.
You know what? You're right. But like, you know, niggas want to play that. You know.
Wait, hello?
I'm still here. Hello.
Hello?
Hola.
Oh yeah.
Estás? Can you hear me?
Sí.
Okay. ¿Cómo es anda? No, that's dead asses racist or whatnot. They didn't have to do all that, bro. That's way too much to be banning hip hop. Because what if white people listen to hip hop?
I mean, for one, you're not wrong. For two, it doesn't always gotta be like club hip hop either.
What do you mean by club hip hop? What is club hip hop? Are you just talking about club music for niggas?
Pretty much like drill music or any, pretty much like drill music.
Playing drill on a cruise, nigga. Like, how hood you have to be to listen to drill music while trying to enjoy your vacation, nigga? Fuck out of here. Go on with that shit, bro. Dead ass listening to trap while fucking trying to enjoy the fucking ocean, nigga. But no, like I said before, what do white people see as rap hip hop music? Because there's a lot of non hip hop music that black people listen to, which is fine. You know, there's a lot of oldies, there's a lot of 80s music you can play and shit like that. But you know, a lot of us don't want to hear that shit because that's our aunties, grandmas, and granddad pappies music or whatnot. We're not listening to any of that shit, fam.
I mean, as far as like hip hop go, you can always go to like Grandmaster Flash and all that.
Nah, we're not listening to 80s hip hop. Nobody got time to listen to 80s hip hop. Like, I listen to 80s hip hop and old school 90s hip hop. Ain't nobody got time for that. Now, if it's like if they ban shit like female empowering music or whatnot, talking about Anaconda and all that other shit, then I understand. But if it's like this normal hip hop music, they shouldn't be banning it. But if it's this new age rap stuff, then like, you know what, ban it. Cum shot simulator.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He have her in the dryer. But no,
let's see. The other two things that they banned was illegal narcotics and smoking. That's like another thing. You
can't smoke weed? Wow. Like, let me smoke my weed.
It's funny because in illegal narcotics, marijuana is literally the first thing that it says.
Marijuana's not illegal, though.
Oh, well, okay.
Listen,
if you are in a
cruise
ship going to...
Go ahead.
If you're in international, like some international places, like marijuana is illegal. Like, for a prime example, I think like you can get like a death sentence for having marijuana in like the Philippines.
Nigga, that's the Philippines.
If I remember correctly.
The Philippines got rid of that guy already, bro. Like that, they removed that shit probably like a couple years after fucking Home Dude got kicked out.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That shit is not a worry. But no, imagine they still have it though. But no, continue. What else happened?
Let's see. So of course, like this basic. Oh, the banning of speakers was like another thing that like a lot of people were kind of pissed about. Honestly, it's kind of a little bit understandable because like the last thing I want to do is like be chilling at like the poolside, and then I gotta hear like yo music, or you could just be doing that like in your room. Like nobody else don't want to hear that. It's already annoying when people be doing that on the bus too.
I don't care.
Come
Long
on,
the
I'm
music's
trying to hear
good. If
my.
the music's like annoying, I'm just gonna turn on my music. No, I'm being serious.
I mean, you're not.
But I'm gonna say this and say this once. Y'all get y'all fucking deserve. This is not racism. This is stupid people ruining it for everybody else. To be honest.
Yeah, this is one of those one bad apple
But no,
ruins
is
the
there like
rest.
videos of this shit though?
Of like the fights, or
Oh, there are fights? I love how you're just extremely quiet.
No, I thought I said something, but yeah. The fights on the cruise is like one of the reasons why like a lot of this has to happen in the first place anyway.
I hate it here. I just want to see the videos, so I want to see how bad it is.
Let's see if I can find a few.
Almost close to 2K. Now since she's not here, I can close this out. Why we look for that, man? I've been looking at the locale stuff. Done it already. Oh my god, I hate the suspense.
Okay, I've not seen this, so let's see. Turn down the volume a little bit.
Yeah, turn down the volume. Fuck
I
yeah.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
All right, this is from Hype or Hype
Yeah,
Plus.
this is from Hype. This is like the closest I can see where like the video not being like 20 minutes plus.
Damn.
Vibes Club in Atlanta. For Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. Carnival Cruise Line has just updated their rules for its guests to follow, and according to some, the new guidelines directly target black passengers. See, in the new rules, they talk about enforcing curfews for minors, as guests 17 and under must be out of public areas by 1 a.m. unless accompanied by an adult 21 years or
That one's fine. Continue.
older. The new rules also ban speakers, radios, handheld fans, as earphones are the only device allowed. Smoking and illegal narcotics like marijuana was specifically singled out and labeled as prohibited.
Carnival does not have to worry about me. They do not have to worry about me. We got the message loud and clear. We are not your demographic anymore. So y'all, I was supposed to be going on a Carnival cruise. So one of my friends is turning 30 and he's never been on a cruise. He doesn't have a passport, so do not suggest flying somewhere. So he's never been on a cruise and he was like, it's my dirty 30. I want to be on a turns up ship. He'd be seeing all the videos of Carnival. He was
She says she want to be on. He said that he want to be on a turn up ship, right?
Right.
So what allowed you to turn? The Carnival is allowed turning up or whatnot? Like that sounds like some hood slang that only like hood niggas only say or some shit like that. That don't sound like no
Pretty
black
much.
people slang. Want to turn up at a fucking cruise ship? You go to a cruise ship to relax and chill and do all the other stuff, you know, where you're not home.
Well, that's like the thing. The cruise ship was affordable enough to where like a lot of the hood people just decided to like go over there and treat the whole cruise ship as like a whole nightclub. That's why the drinks used to be like unlimited and everything.
You know what's funny? Are nightclubs still a thing?
I heard they're slowly dying out now.
Oh, so they're dying out at strip clubs?
Yeah, that strip club. Yeah, they're starting to like die out slowly. Like the nightclub scene is like almost like non-existent in some places. Like I think like the best bet is like Miami.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like I want to do that because I'm trying to be lit for my birthday, right? Well, Carnival has decided they want to rebrand. They don't want to be known as the Turn Up Cruise no more, the Budget Friendly Cruise no more.
Did you say bougie?
No, she said the Turn Up Cruise.
I heard bougie. Rewind that shit like 10 seconds.
As the Turn Up Cruise no more, the Budget Friendly Cruise no more.
Budget Friendly, okay.
They want to be.
Oh, Budget Friendly, yeah.
I don't know. I guess they want to be royal. Even though when people book Carnival, they know what they are booking. They know they are booking a turn up cruise. Period. Everybody on there is looking to have a good time, party, and have fun. We know what type of people are on there. Like everybody on there, it's just Carnival cruises are so much fun. Like everybody is just a vibe, right? And it's like anywhere there's gonna be like alcohol, things might get a little rowdy. That just comes with the territory of people being drunk. It has nothing to do with like, you know, being black, being this, the music. But these people done banned the fans. They saying no more hip hop music.
Yeah,
so
no more hip hop music.
That was the whole purpose of us going. So now, we are not going back to the drawing board because no.
They're basically getting rid of Boots on the Ground. I don't know why that song bothers people so much, but that's very, very weird. Secondly, now they're saying just within the last 24 to 48 hours that they're no longer playing rap music.
It's because of ratchet women like this. I don't know if she ratchet, but it's because of ratchet women wanting to do this shit, knowing that if they overdo it, they're gonna have costs to doing this kind of shit. Like, mind you, I don't mind women being ratchet and shit like that. Matter of fact, do you, boo? But make sure you be responsible when you're doing you. And that's my only responsible take I'm gonna say.
Out the cap.
Do you, boo boo?
Alright, go ahead.
Music on Carnival Cruise. Like, I'm really disgusted because I just went in April and you know I had a ball. I'm talking about boots were on the ground, fans were clacking, rap music was being played, club was lit. Like, I had the ball of my life. And I have another cruise booked, and this time is a 6-day cruise, and this is the longest cruise I've ever been on, or gonna go on, and it's already booked and paid for, and now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go.
And before y'all get on here talking about some, oh, they racist, they hate black people. No, they hate niggas.
Yeah!
That's what they hate. I hate niggas. They hate niggas. That's exactly what it is. Y'all don't know how to hate.
Pause. He took the words right out my mouth saying like, yeah, niggas is tired as niggas. Niggas did this, not black people, but niggas. Niggas get what they fucking deserve.
They're strong and powerful niggatry going on.
Is a strong, independent black woman who needs no man.
Handle yourselves, y'all. Get on here, get drunk, get to fighting, being disruptive, disturbing all the other passengers. That's all it is. Like, y'all act like y'all have no fucking home training. Like, everywhere don't have to be a party. Some people pay for this shit just to simply relax. That's it. That's all they want to do is relax. They don't want to deal with no bullshit. They don't want to deal with no fighting, no irate motherfuckers who don't know how to control their liquor, all that shit. Some people just don't want to deal with that shit. And if I spend my money, depending on it, especially if I book the cruise, you know, if you book the cruises late, you spending a pretty penny. Spend about $2-3 grand. If you booked it early, you spend about $1,000-1,200. But either way it go, I spent my money to relax. This is my getaway from what's going on in the real fucking world. And I gotta deal with you motherfuckers acting ignorant? Yeah. I'm with all the rules. Ban all this shit. Now, Carnival's new rules would ignite backlash among those online, especially black users. The reaction was so loud, the company was forced to release a statement addressing the matter, emphasizing the new rules are intended to promote a more peaceful environment for all guests. Senior manager of public relations at
Banning hip hop is wild because you see there's white people doing the same shit, bro. It's just, you know what it is? I think it's foreign people who own these or white people that own these that's thinking like this black people only listen to hip hop and not other people who listen to hip hop. Banning hip hop is wild. Just ban some of the shit, like ban a song, ban some of the shit that like, you know, that make people like turn up and shit like that. Banning liquor is fine too. Telling those kids to go sleep early is okay as well. But like banning like a whole genre of music is crazy.
I think like if you were to ban like hip hop, it has to be like all like the hood ratchet type hip hop.
Yeah, like call it ratchet hop or some shit. I don't know.
Ratchet hop.
Ratchet music or thought songs or whole music. Yeah, whole music.
Especially the whole music. Especially the whole music.
But no, continue.
Carnival, Matt Lupoli would address those who voiced their negative reaction by saying, "Unfortunately, certain media outlets have blown this matter out of proportion. We have always had a wide variety of entertainment options, and for those last several years, we have communicated our expectations about guest behavior." Now, while not everyone would consider Carnival's new rules discriminatory, there were others who defended the cruise line, even pointing out some of the policies have already been in place for years. One social media user would react to the cruise line's change in rules and commented on X, "Racism? Carnival has become the favorite cruise line for black vacationers. Industry-wide, blacks account for less than 7% of the market, but in Carnival, they can make up to 50% or more of a particular cruise. The company's new rules seem to target this demo." One online user wouldn't see an issue with the new rules, writing, "Carnival Cruise Line's new policy rules sound reasonable. No kids up past 1 a.m., no smelling like Dutch weed, no Bluetooth speakers. What is the problem?" While another online user would write, "I will be okay for the rest of my life if I never get on another Carnival cruise. I hated that the people ruin shit, but these rules are out of control. What did the hip-hop music in the nightclub ever do to anyone?" According to The Root, some black cruise passengers have noticed a disappearance of hip-hop and rap music on board. That same source also reports DJs have declined requests to play hip-hop music. While Carnival hasn't announced a ban on any genre of music, some have said otherwise. Of course, in the midst of debates, there were a few online users who couldn't help but joke about the reputation Carnival Cruise has gained over the years and its decision to rebrand. Some would even say the cruise line was tired of being known as the Walmart Section 8 or Spirit Airlines of the sea. So what do you guys think about these latest rules? Do you think that it targets us specifically as black people, or are you on the side?
I'm gonna say it. I had another whoopsie poopsie the other night when I was drinking that Don Julian, trying to enjoy my weekend after a long week of content creation. Easy in the kitchen. No, I don't really know. I don't really remember what I.
Hold on. I gotta find the original one. That shit was funny. Where is it? Where's the original? Here it is.
So I said a word the other day and then kind of made. It was kind of a big whoopsies on my part, a big no bueno for all the people that get offended by those types of things. And if you haven't seen the clip, if you weren't in the stream, I'll play it right here. I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas, niggas, I hate niggas, I hate before
Here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Mazat told me I can press the problematic light for that one. I gotta make that to a song, but that's just.
I never thought about that.
Here. I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate. Now before.
All right, no, but the Carnival shit though, it's funny that this dude said this is the spirit of the seas. Damn, I can't believe this is under my radar, bro. Bro, if I would have found out this was a fucking thing, bro, this shit would have been funny.
I found out about it's funny because I found out about it I think like a few days ago, but then I like today I learned about the incident with like the Essence Festival and whatnot.
Essence Festival?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Oh, so apparently, because you know what the Essence like festival thing is, right?
No, I do not.
So, long story short, is basically a convention that like the magazine company Essence throws.
The Black
That
Magazine?
basically, yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard of those guys in a minute.
Yeah, so basically they throw like an event every year in New Orleans and everything else like that to basically like celebrate like Black, Americans and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, like a person who bought up Essence was a person who was African and whatnot, was like of African descent and whatnot.
So African American?
No, not African American, just straight up African.
Oh, cool. From the motherland.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically this year's Essence Festival basically had like a bunch of, they had pretty much every single like African flag, but didn't have like the American one. And they were basically promoting more, of the African culture instead of Black American, instead of like Black Americans and everything
And
else
niggas
like
got
that.
upset?
Pretty much.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. It's like, what about us? What about y'all? Like, I always tell them motherfuckers that Africans don't like us like that.
Oh yeah, that's always been a thing.
Also, a nigga hear me taking a piss. I'm sorry, everybody, but you're gonna have to take that L for me. Damn, that's crazy. So, ready to talk about the Diddy trial?
Yeah, let's talk about some Diddy.
Got that baby oil ready. Got that Johnson & Johnson right now. It is in my left hand right now. Wait, what does it mean? What does it mean? Better be based. Oh, somebody is sent somewhere else. No. But no, so here I'm gonna bring up the details of the Diddy trial, even though I spelled it wrong. So he is guilty out of 2 out of the 5 things that he was supposed to be guilty of, which is sex trafficking, the RICO, and I think trafficking prostitutes or trafficking women across states to be prostitutes or whatnot.
Yeah.
I think those are 3 that people wanted him to get or whatnot, but then he got the fucking, what did he get?
If I remember correctly, it was what was the minor charges that he got? I'm trying to remember. Cause it was like 2 of the lesser ones.
Hold on, I gotta play this again for the stream. By the way, that was by Slash the Clown.
If you haven't seen the clip, if you weren't in the stream, I'll play it right here.
Yeah.
I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas. I hate niggas, I hate. Now before some things, and if you haven't seen the clip, if you weren't in the stream, I'll play it right here. I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas. I hate niggas, I hate. Now before that video goes viral all over Twitter, let me just go ahead and clarify that I in fact do not hate niggas. Don't misinterpret that clip. I was just drunk and it was the heat of the moment. I actually love niggas. They know how to season their food. I just realized that I in fact said it again several times in this video, but I don't feel like taking it out, so I guess it's just gonna be another whoopsie daisies on my part. This is off topic, but I was at the grocery store and an 86-year-old woman looked at me, thought I was Jesus, fell to her knees and died. I might do jail time for that, but nothing's gonna happen to me because everybody.
Counts of the prostitution-related charge. Each count carries a maximum of 10 years in prison. But what was the name of it?
Here, I help you look it up. List of charges. You know what's funny about the Puff Diddy case or whatnot?
What?
Fucking nobody here who's in a part of this case who watched New Jack City.
Oh yeah. Oh, I found it. So, guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution and guilty of transportation. Oh, just 2 counts of the transportation to engage in prostitution.
That's it. He didn't get racketeering. He didn't get
Yeah,
the Man
he was
Act.
found out. Yeah, he was found not guilty in racketeering and the other 2 counts of sex trafficking. But
Damn.
which losing in the like not being guilty in like one of the sex trafficking ones, I can kind of understand because I think the one that they were trying to, if I remember correctly, because like don't fully quote me on this.
I'm gonna quote you.
I think the way somebody was describing the sex trafficking part was them transporting prostitutes from one country to another.
No, it's actually state over state, I think. Or like the Man
state
Act.
over, it's a state over state. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Which, by the way,
and
that
they were
was made in
considering
response
that.
of a black boxer, by the way. Yeah, crazy,
Mike Tyson?
right? No, actually, it wasn't Mike Tyson. Before Mike Tyson, actually.
I'm trying to remember which black boxer.
His name's actually Man, Mann. But yeah. So what would happen is all these ladies would get horny for him because he's a big, strong black man, and white people was getting mad at that. So they made a whole thing for trafficking because like some states, prostitution was legal, especially like fucking with black people or whatnot. And so they saw this dude going state for state, abusing the whole going state for state and shit like that because it's not in their jurisdiction. And so they made the Mann Act for like for that purpose actually.
Oh.
Yeah, here I'll find the history of the Mann Act. But you continue, by the way, history.
Okay. But where was I? Yeah, so I think like traveling with the prostitutes from like state to state was like the thing that they were basically trying to get them on sex trafficking. Because I'm all like, I can kind of understand like from some people from like a certain perspective that will technically be considered sex trafficking. But when I think of sex trafficking, that's not what I think of. I think of like someone who is, you know, forcefully getting sold and everything to is all like for sex services and whatnot. If I remember correctly, I think it was, what was it? Was it Ashton Kutcher that was basically trying to fight sex trafficking and all that?
I think
which is the reason why you haven't. Yeah, which is the reason why you haven't seen him in like movies or anything else like
I think
that.
it was abuse too.
Yeah.
Cause I think Home Chick who was in that 70s show was defending him and stuff like that, saying he's not that kind of person and everything.
Right.
And they try to write in letters and shit like that, but like let it be a nigga. Let it be a nigga in Texas. Which, by the way, Texas is another thing we gotta talk about later on, but it's not in the docket, but we're gonna have to talk about it.
Oh yeah, I do have to like catch up on it.
Yeah, but I think it's crazy that nobody in that courtroom watched New Jack City, but I also think it's funny that no New Jack City memes came out of that one except for the one you sent me, cause that's crazy.
With the Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi should have been like, he should have popped that nigga. Yo, if they make a new one, they have to make it somehow. They have to make it how somehow Wesley Snipes' character lived.
Oh, Nino Brown.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible, cause like, didn't he fall off a staircase?
That nigga fell off of multiple flights of stairs, nigga. That nigga got shot, went over the railing, and fell to his death. By the way, a really good shot of them like using the camera to spiral down towards Nito Brown's character when he was super dead.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see a New Jack City, like a modernized one. But put that shit in LA instead of put it in like Detroit or LA instead of New York again.
I can see it more in Detroit than LA.
Yeah, Detroit needs it. But no, when you know what's fucked up? Like all the shit that happened with the lawyers and shit, lawyers leaving and shit like that, finding out all the new evidence and stuff like that. I was talking with other people and they say like the defense, the Diddy's defense, actually just let the prosecutors of Diddy just talk until the point where they didn't have anything, and then they started presenting their case and stuff like that to the judge and everything. Everybody's saying that's the reason why he got like 2 out of the 5 indictments. But I find it funny that there's niggas literally outside spraying baby on each other, nigga.
Oh yeah, that was like, come on, man.
I was like, man, I hate niggas.
in technicality, that it's Boondocks predicted it.
Right, that's the crazy part. Boondocks 100% predicted this. I'm like, oh my god, man, Boondocks and the Simpsons are linking up. It's crazy. Like they're predicting way too much. It's like history just repeats itself. You can just call this shit out. But I didn't think a whole 45-year-old would run up with some blue hair and a wig talking about spraying with some baby wearing boxers and shit like that, or boxer briefs or whatever the fuck she was wearing. Nigga, ain't like Diddy's gonna come out and just fuck you, lady. Put on your clothes. I love how like there's people saying like, oh, people got paid and shit like that. No, nobody need to get paid for that shit, bro. Bitch talking about, I want oil. And then you got the zesty ass niggas getting sprayed with baby oil too. Like, Be like, stop with this hysteria, bro. Ain't like this nigga don't like you. Like you gonna walk up and be like, take that. Spray her with some baby oil.
Take that.
You gonna get some Cambodian breast milk. Breast milk. You saved my case.
Dial on.
Because I spit baby oil. Dave Chappelle's to go, bro. Forever he's gonna be in our hearts because of the Dave Chappelle show, bro.
Facts.
Key and Peele too. Key and Peele was funny as fuck as well.
I think we had like a generation of like those type of shows. Cause it was like what was it? Flip Wilson. Then we had In Living Color. Then we had Chappelle Show.
Wait, don't forget. No, there was the Richard Pryor show too.
Wait, which one?
The Richard Pryor show.
Oh, right. Richard Pryor show as well.
Do what you wanna do and live a color. I caught myself watching it the other day. I was like, James Carrey is a funny nigga. I hope he got some movies later in the future.
Oh, and then like the kids version, we had all that.
Oh my god, that was great.
I still died out laughing because I never remembered the one where like the kid wakes up and then Diddy is in the background.
No way!
Oh, let me find it real quick.
With his glossy ass lips, probably. I still think Diddy blackmailed the wrong person, bro.
Oh, okay, I found it. Yeah, hold on, let me stream real quick. I was like, I don't even remember this though, but like, this makes it 10 times funnier.
Hold on, don't start it yet.
Alright.
Alright, hold on. Play that bitch.
Oh, you seen? Oh, you stream? Oh, there we go.
Oh no!
Hey, stop screaming. Hey, it's just me, P. Diddy. Come on, what's your problem? Hey, stop screaming. Hey, where you going? Hey!
Why I don't remember this? This is crazy. Now the comments are off?
No.
No, when was this uploaded?
Oh, I guess somebody uploaded it recently.
Nah, I ain't fine. Link me that shit. I will re-upload this shit.
I was like, bro, with the kids screaming and everything else like that makes it worse.
Oh my god, that's so bad. Oh shit. Oh fuck. The kid's screaming bloody murder, bro. But it's like, Sean Puffy comes outside, he's gonna try to tell me to vote or die. Hey, question, what Sean Puffy Combs big ass, small ass head and big ass, no, small ass chin and big ass head? Because now I noticed, cause like, you remember seeing this mugshot, that nigga head was shaped weird?
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, me not. I thought that was just a meme people made up, but no, his head's really like that. I'm sitting here like, that's wild. There's no way his head is shaped like that. Lo and behold, that's his head. Mad as fuck when I seen this shit. Like, ain't no way. I thought they memed this shit. Boy, I always wear fucking glasses. Oh, alien head ass. But no, we can go with all these jokes all day about how oily this nigga always looks when you always see him in music videos. Which, by the way, has he actually made a song or has he just been in features?
I mean, I think he did make a song. Remember, every night and day. I forgot, like, what was the name of that song?
I Be Missing You. I know what you're talking about. I didn't know Diddy made that song. I thought that was a collab with somebody else.
No, that was his.
Oh, was that his only song? Did he do Pastor Cavassi or was that Busta Rhymes?
Okay, that one I gotta remember.
How about Special Delivery?
He just talked for like the first minute in the song.
Give me that special delivery. I need that special delivery. Gotta have that special delivery. Give it to me.
That beat still go hard.
I know. It sucks. This is didn't have Baby Oil in the fucking this video. Can I have
my
that?
favorite
Johnson & Johnson. Give it to me. Johnson & Johnson. Yo, when I pull off this Murphy's, I'm Murphy.
No.
I'm sorry, Murphy's grease. The only grease I can last for 12 years off one can.
Damn. That is true.
Mom's telling me that's problematic, but I can't reach my problematic light, so that has to roll. But no, man. I'm just not gonna end up like no Michael Jackson shit because, like, with all the witnesses that came up with all this other shit, bro, this motherfucker should have been in jail, dude.
Cassidy literally told the whole entire world that people were pissing in their mouth and it was all for nothing.
Oh, oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I gotta hit the power back light for that one. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Listen, there are you know what I hate too? The internet. You know, Pokemon talking about believe victims.
Well, yeah, I'm not super surprised at that. It was basically a bunch of like female victims that pretty much will not get like the complete justice that they need. They needed.
And it's just fucked up too, because there's evidence. We all believe what happened to those women because there's evidence. There's evidence of Cassie getting her ass towed up by fucking Diddy in the middle of a hotel hallway, and we all believe the shit because it's Diddy. Motherfucking, there are accounts of this motherfucking beating women, but it is what it is. I guess that defense was strong as fuck.
It had to be honest.
I wish we'd have got that case on public instead of those weird ass fucking drawings of Diddy forming into a table.
I saw somebody make a comment saying that was natural reflex.
Nigga, booty is just out, bro. Come on, nigga, don't arch your back like that. Not during the court case, not in public. Over here in Johnson position. That's what I'm gonna call that position now.
The Johnson & Johnson position.
Yeah, it's when like you get your girl from the back, but you put her face in the chair, but like she gotta have her arms like, you know, under her chin. And then you get some Johnson & Johnson's baby oil, while you're hitting it from the back, and when you're about to come, you pull it out and you replace it with baby oil, you spray it on her booty hole.
That sounds like some Urban Dictionary meme.
Then you got special delivery. But no, the reason why I say Pokimane is a bitch for what she did is because when Amber Heard was talking about her case and whatnot, she was laughing at her. And she must be on the believe all victim shit, but like, you know what I love and hate about the internet?
What?
If you be on the internet for too long, people will find out shit that you did a long time ago and will actually put that up there and actually contradict what you used to believe in.
I mean, sadly, it's true. And okay, sometimes I can kind of like, depending on like what happens and what the type of person it is, I can sometimes excuse it because if you're like younger and everything else like that, you're obviously going to say like a lot more.
Pokimane is close to our age.
I mean, yeah, which is true. But like, if you were to say something like, let's say, if you were to make like, let's say hypothetically, somebody was making like a racist tweet like 20 years ago, and everything else like that, but that was just them being young and edgy. You can kind of sort of excuse that.
Nah, well, you're right, but like 2016 has gone and passed because that's supposed to cancel. We've been in a cancel era for like too many fucking years, bro. COVID should never happen.
I like personally, I think we've been in cancel culture era since like 2013, 2014.
No, because like 2010. Cause like when the cancel era started when Filthy Frank left. Cause
I can kind of sort of agree with that.
Yeah, cause think about it. Ever since like 2010 or whatnot, everybody started to chill the fuck out. And right when 2016 happened, when the people started being like, what's the fucking term? Or the fucking shit that was trying to push. It was called something. It was also like essay. I forgot the term was called.
A term with essay?
Yeah, like It was also followed behind believe all victims type shit.
Oh, the Me Too movement?
Yeah, the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement started around like 2016, 2017, but it didn't get no traction until like a little bit after 2019 where the COVID was happening. Everybody was like throwing their shit out there. So now if niggas even give you compliments, you'd be like, oh, I've been Me Too'd.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
So I always warn people that, yes, I am a goon, but I am a responsible gooner.
A responsible gooner is wild.
Yeah, listen, if you're in a relationship, you're able to goon with the person in that relationship. If they give you consent to goon, okay? You can't be gooning out here around the motherfuckers that you think they like you. Now, if they're a gooner themselves, fine. Just goon responsibly. Don't be trying to like fill up on niggas while you're super drunk and shit, and your friends encourage you to drink and shit like that. Oh, about fucking drinking. Guess what happened to Mango Nation? Fox McCloud.
Mango Nation.
No, but guess what happened to Mango?
He was over there. He basically screwed his whole life over by drinking and all that.
Yeah, but like it was encouraged by Ludwig, who for a long ass time didn't take the blame or for the encouragement that he was giving, because it's supposed to be a Mario Kart beer stream or beer race or whatever the fuck, or beer cart or whatever the fuck, and they got this nigga all the way to a 0.32, which is high as fuck, bro. I black out at 0.3. But no, let's stay on
he
topic.
was definitely like encouraging it. Shit, I remember that.
But let's stay on topic. So since we're talking about Diddy and all this other shit, right? Let's talk about Candace Owens versus a bunch of feminists. Bro, there was only one feminist that I liked on there, and she started talking facts until her fucking started talking about some other shit that nobody even give a fuck about, bro.
Was it the one that Candace brought back?
No, not her. She was just kissing her ass because she was she didn't bring back the black woman who was actually spitting facts or whatnot until she started saying some stupid shit.
Because she kind of had not like really a deep voice though, but
oh yeah, her voice was queen level, bro.
Because she had, if I remember correctly, she was like the one with like the hat. Did she have the hat on?
She was wearing a leather coat and a black cap. Yes.
Right. Oh, I think I remember which one you're talking about.
Yeah, because she was making some good points until like fucking she started talking about men. And it's this funny thing too. Nobody got the conversations that they were trying to push. Everybody's trying to push their own little fucking agenda, which I feel like these people were handpicked to make Candace Owens look nice. Or fucked up ass.
No, that's basically how feminist really is.
Nah,
feminism.
I know feminism. They're not this bad. What?
No, current feminism. Yeah, because let's be real.
By the way, I had to prep my like beforehand.
Okay, so like when you really think about it, like modern feminism is just like really nothing but like pure man hatred.
Well, I wouldn't say pure man hatred. That's just bitches on. I mean, sorry, hold on. That's just toxic feminist online, because the chick made a point with Candace Owens saying feminism is not just for women, it's for men and women just to be equal, which I agree with. If both sides were just equal and not this boys versus girl shit, we would have a better fucking view on feminism. But a lot of people who just hate men want to jump on this feminism being toxic shit like that, making actual good feminist who actually understands how this shit works looks bad. And a little bit of that happened here, but like that lady in the black hat was right most of the time until they got to wage gaps and shit like that.
I mean, you also gotta remember, like when it comes to like the equality, it's still something that I believe that I've always had this thing. Whenever I hear like a lot of the modern feminists talk about like they want equality and everything else like that, whenever I hear them say something like that, I always look at it as, because 90% of the time it's really true. I honestly see it as you want all the perks that men want, but you don't want to take the same responsibilities that men actually have.
Oh, that's because there
is a strong, independent black woman who needs no man.
Dude, that's gonna be a mainstay, bro. I gotta find who made that. But no, it's just like go ahead.
Okay, so like for a prime example, one of the major issues that I'm seeing when it comes to a lot of the videos in in like London and everything, like when it comes to like the feminism, like in London and all that, for prime example, right?
Bro, they're just as bad, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're just as bad.
Like it's not how it is in Korea, but they're just as bad.
Honestly, right now, from like some of the like one of the people I follow, he started looking at like a lot of the marriage thing in like China. Oh my god, it's worse.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit too, bro.
It's way worse over there. But what was like? Oh, going back to like the whole British thing, right? One of the things that I'm seeing like a lot of videos of women complaining is that men aren't giving up their seats for women in the trains and all that.
What? Is this young men doing it, or is like older men?
It's just like men in general. Like there's like literal videos of like women videotaping like, oh, there's like no seats around the train, and then they like videotape like a bunch of like men just like sitting there not offering up their seats to women.
Yeah, because like if we offer, like, mind you, chivalry is dead and women killed it. That's a true statement that Dave Chappelle said those long times ago. Because like, mind you, I'm still getting for older lady or older man or older woman or whatnot. I mean, or woman or whatnot. But like, you gotta like, hey, because like it's also another thing too. You can't really talk to women in the street.
Nowadays, not really. You can't, because that's another thing that like a lot of the women in the dating market are like complaining about, that like men don't approach them anymore. But
well, yeah, because like given what we saw, like internet bitches like controlling the mindset of normal women or whatnot, they just made men just look totally fucking scary and shit like that, to the point where men are like, you know what, we're not gonna just fuck with you. You're gonna have to come at us. Like the woman that I was came at me first. I didn't think she liked me or whatnot and everything, but like she asked me out. Like the same thing happened. The same thing happened with my ex. This is crazy, by the way. I'm 3 for 3 right now.
Hey, that's a W though.
I don't know. I still think I should have just walked up to them instead of having them walk up to me, because like I'm an idiot. You're gonna have to tell me if you like me or not.
But what was so
Candace Owens, your wife.
No, that I really wouldn't say Candace. Nah. Well, she's married anyway, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she's married.
To a white man, I think. Hold on, I'll hit it one more time. Hold on, no, it's not that one. Oh my god. There we go.
But no, what I was saying about the whole approach and everything else like that, you have this whole like mixed signal thing, because you have like a small majority of women who's all like, oh, we want like men to like approach us again and everything else like that. But then you have that large, loud minority of like women, of like feminist women who hates men, who are all like, we don't want you to approach us at all or anything else like that.
Yeah, if we're not interested, we'll show it by not saying anything and just looking at you with an evil ass stare. Stop coming up to our female friends who are obviously interested in us and shit like that, because that's what it looks like. Honestly, it looks like one of those female friends that you ask them to get a drink and their friend will walk up like, they're not interested. But like, what?
Oh yeah, and it's always like the super ugly friend too, right?
No, it'd be the pretty girls too. They just be jealous because you're not walking up to them.
I see it.
The clip blockers.
The clip block.
That's a real term, by the way. I didn't make that up. When I first heard a female use that term, I was like, there's no way. She was like, yeah, we call them clip blockers. Like, bitch, we didn't ask for your assist. But no, man, this is gonna be a problematic episode. But no, I believe these people were just handpicked to be the nicest ones or whatnot. There should have been some real women up there, some real hood women up there, just talking mad shit, talking about why you dating a white man, what's wrong with niggas.
Hold on. That's kind of sort of contradictory to like a lot of people though, because like it's all like because
who hurt you?
y'all didn't. No. Y'all didn't have an issue with It's all like when y'all didn't have an issue with like Kamala Harris acting black, but also being married to a white dude.
She's married. I thought she was married to an Indian dude.
No, she married to a white dude.
Wait, I'm sorry. Miss Harris is is she Indian?
Yeah, she's definitely Indian, but she tried to portray herself as black, and it's all like, and even if that was like, even on the hypothetical that she was black, she was still married to a white dude, and nobody had an issue with it.
Damn. Why? Because Condoleezza Rice is, Condoleezza Rice. Why? Because Candace Owens is toxic. I believe you're not toxic. If you're dating outside the race, nobody cares.
It's just basically like a whole coon It's like basically the quote unquote like coon situation all over again, because she's a Republican. And
Mic off.
Beautiful black women coons.
because she is a black Republican who is calling out ghetto black people on their crap. All of a sudden,
it wasn't ghetto black people. She was related to all black people. Because she saw all black people doing the ghetto-ness, so it's not all black people doing the ghetto-ness. Like, mind you, I know she never, like, you know, like, I know people say, like, oh, what does hood shit have to do with anything about this? Because, like, if you, like, I understand there's a difference between black people and hood people, right? I don't think Candace Owens understands that difference. Because I believe that she's actually, you know, whitewashed. Like, I'm still gonna call her a black woman. I'm not gonna call her, like, you know, oh, she's just white. No, she still has some, you know, black in her. She said she has some, you know, idioms that's like she's probably been raised in the hood, but didn't like how the hood was. Like, people don't want to stay inside the hood and be ghetto and shit like that. It's just circumstances keeps us there. Like, there are a lot of people who get out of the hood and shit like that and live better lives. That's probably what happened with Candace. She ends up fucking, her family ends up going into somewhere where it's like, you know, where it's like not that much ghetto-ness, but she was still able to be raised in that environment and stuff like that. Now, mind you, her Republicans who's are kind of fucked a little bit, but it is what it is. Like, ever since she talked to Ye, she realized all of her Republican friends is like dissed her.
Yeah, because what was like the one show that she used to be on that they like she kind of like got fired from?
Yeah, the ones where Kanye was not really that bad. It was just to the point where he started talking about Jews and stuff like that, and then she bought it out on her own YouTube channel, and they still fired her over it, which I thought was fucked up. By the way.
Daily Wire, I think it was.
Yes,
whichever
it was
one's the one that has like whichever has like Matt Washington on them in it.
Which is crazy. She was cool with Matt Walsh with him saying all that racist ass shit. Like, he said something racist today, I think. That nigga always says some racist shit from his gated community.
Yeah, I have to, like, I don't know. I have to study a little bit more of Matt Walsh. Like, some of the things he was like kind of.
It's crazy ass name. I'm gonna use that. Matt Walsh. By the way, I think this nigga like told his pregnant girlfriend, I could be wrong, told his pregnant girlfriend to go get groceries for him, and they started arguing and shit on cam, and she was just crying and shit because she was pregnant, which is fucked up. I don't give a fuck what kind of man you are. You could be like the coolest dude, but as soon as you yell at a lady for shit that you're supposed to be doing, then that's when you're a fucking scumbag in my eyes. Like, nigga, she's pregnant. Go get groceries your goddamn self. But I guess he want to have equal rights, though. Equal rights means equal fights. But no, anything else on the Candace Owens stuff?
Okay, so let me go through each of the topics that she was in, because I believe like she won most of it. I don't think she won everything. I think she won most of it. Because let me think. It was, let's see, the first claim was, the sexual revolution has devalued women and made them indefinitely less happy. Which I agree with. Everything that she was basically saying on that one, I definitely agree with, and
That's
everything
pushed
else.
on due to like social media and stuff like that. It's not just like women is just doing it. It's a lot of companies that's doing it too. Like fucking sucking. We as men are aware of the pink tax, and it's fucked up because if I see a normal pen, but I see a feminine pen, why does feminine pen $3 is this normal ass pen? They both have the same ink from the same company.
Capitalism.
Exactly. And then you look at TikTok and shit like that. You see all these fucking models and all this other stuff with all these like fake ass accounts that they think people are having their lives, but they're really not. Like, that's justification they had 3 years ago. They just edited it down and shit like that.
True.
Over here thinking it's their everyday life and shit like that.
But then again, we had the sexual revolution since like the 70s.
No, it was the 60s.
Was it? I thought it was the 70s because that was like the whole like cut the bra off and everything else type thing.
Oh no, you're right. It was cut the bra off. Probably 1969. Yeah. Nice.
This is
let's see. The second one, no career will give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children.
That is a lie.
She was kind of 50-50. She was kind of 50-50.
That is a lie. Women can have fulfillment without or with kids. You shouldn't just be a stay-at-home mom. If you want to not be a mom, that's fine. If you think you can work a job and have fulfillment, then that's fine too. There is no reason a woman should just be a mother and that's it. That's just put women in a certain I just put women in a certain fucking category that usually people would hate. It's called traditional wives and shit like that. I wouldn't mind having a traditional wife, but at the same time, I would rather have my woman be out there and be herself and not be something that she does not want to be. Like, the reason why we had the whole the reason why it's not because like a lot of these views are from the 1960s and before that 1950s shit like that, where the woman has to stay home and take care of kids and do nothing all day and shit like that. We had this all the way up to close to like 95 where the shit stopped going. Even though women had a lot of like sexual revolution stuff like that, our generation before is like fuck all that. Now, our great-grandmas and our great-grandpa's generation is on that bullshit, but right now we shouldn't be on that bullshit of the only thing that should be fulfilled for women is having children. Because I think that's fucked up and that places women in a certain bubble that women don't need to be in. Now, you can say that for the opposite, for women being all voluptuous, being all sexualized and shit like that. You can put that in there too, or whatnot. But there's two sides of the same fucking coin. We cannot put women in a situation to where they can only be moms. That's stupid. Like, I grew up with female teachers. I grew up with a lot of females in my family that taught me how to be a man and stuff like that, even though it was kind of chopping and screwing. I had to find out how to be a man my goddamn self. But we have all these empowered women because they weren't just labeled as just mothers. And that would piss me off about that a little bit. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, so my thing is this. Because one of the things that I have an issue with when it comes to a woman that is basically more focused on the career and everything else like that, she throws away all the nurture for pure greed. Right? For a prime example, yeah, because like all the humbleness is just basically gone. Because like when it comes to them trying to get into like relationship and everything else like that, it's no longer it's now, oh yeah, you gotta be I'm making this much amount of money. How come you're not making this much amount of money or even more than what I'm doing? But then at the same time, you also got to pretty much do everything that comes with like taking care of a wife and everything else like that, but they don't want to do anything that makes a wife taking care of a husband anymore, because they see everything as a second job. Oh, I gotta cook, clean, do the, what is it, take care of the kids while all at the same time like doing a career and everything else like that. And I see it more as a secondary job type situation, which don't get me wrong. It's one of those like things. It's like one of those things where, like, if the husband isn't necessarily like taking up some of those things and all that, it is kind of understandable for being like stressed out and not wanting to be in a relationship anymore and all of this other stuff like that, though. But it's all like, have your career and everything else like that, just keep the humbleness to it.
No, I think this is what's going on with current situation and everything, and like finances and stuff like that. Because there has been a real drop in women and men not being in a relationship, not having kids. You can see the population is going to be dropping close to when it gets to 2030 or whatnot. We're going to see a lot of like less people having kids and everything like that, due to certain factors that are outside our control or probably inside our control or whatnot. But like, I'm not gonna say it's a little
bit of both.
Yeah, it is a little bit of both, because like, mind you, we do have these women who want to be mothers and stuff like that, but we do have these women who grow up in certain circumstances where they have to be the lead in the house and everything like that. I mean, have to be the lead in the house. They have to like get these jobs and everything like that, because having two jobs and still have to go home and take care of like kids or whatnot is stressful on women or whatnot. Like fucking people are just getting in relationships just to have a roommate in the house to help pay rent. And that's a real thing that happens today. And having a kid, like especially nowadays, would probably be difficult. Like, mind you, I'm fatherless. I don't have any kids. I do have stepsons, stepdaughters or whatnot, but like, I don't see them like that. And not step, God. I said step. Wow, that's crazy. Hold on. I gotta hit something real quick. Is this the second one? Yeah, it's the second one. No, it's the third one actually.
Not the cap.
There we go. I have godchildren and whatnot, and like, I'm seeing like these parents, especially single parents, it's like single moms and whatnot, struggling because either they are fucked up in the head, or their significant other is fucked up in the head, or something has died, or like they had to split up because of certain reasons or whatnot. Family didn't approve. They couldn't stand each other, or too much stress and everything like that. Like, there are a lot of factors, the reason why a lot of women don't want to be inside like a whole nother relationship taking care of a whole nother human being. Like, mind you, there are women who are willing to do that, but there's also a lot of women that's not willing to do that. And we gotta look at both sides. To look at one side has, oh, you should just be this and that only. Like, that's like putting man to only do this and that only. Man could do more than just doing that and that only, you know? That's why, like, mind you, it is kind of sad that there's less men that are in school now versus women, because there's women getting all these scholarships and everything like that, and realizing it's a lot more harder to get a job still, because that little piece of paper doesn't matter, because they told us it mattered in high school, but then we found out it didn't matter in any way, shape, or form, because you need 2 more papers just to get an entry job. Like, nigga, and even with that entry job, you need job experience? Like, nigga, what?
True.
How do I get job experience for an entry level fucking job? Are you serious right now?
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, you also gotta remember, like, there's two things to it. The first thing is, like, there's enough like labor jobs out there for men who don't necessarily need to go to school in order to still make decent amount of money and everything else like that. But then you also got to remember that a mass majority of the degrees that some of the women are going into college for doesn't really generate like enough, doesn't generate a decent amount of income. But then at the same time, I think like here's my thing, in my honest opinion, when it comes to like an overall career woman. When it comes to a career woman going into a relationship, all men are basically asking for is not make that career your entire personality.
Well, it's the same thing in the other way too, because like there are men out there, and we've seen this we've seen in a lot of media and stuff like that, but it was a common thing that was happening in the early 80s and early 90s where men were putting their jobs in front of their fucking families, shit like that. That's why divorce rates were so high back then versus now, because the whole reason why divorce rates are not that high is because not that many people are in relationships, or they're not getting married.
Because a mass majority of people wants the wedding but not the actual marriage.
Yeah.
And and then you have like a lot of people who are in delusion that everything is going to be gumdrops and ice cream throughout 100% of the relationship. But the moment something, there's always going to be some tragedy, some trial and tribulations that's always going to go through. In the moment that comes through, they decide, oh, hey, we're not, it's all like, everything bad is happening right now. I'm not really happy. Let me go into like a divorce and everything else like that. You also got to remember that like a mass majority of men who are like because the divorce court always favor the women. A lot of men don't want to get married because they know that if they get divorced at any time, all of their stuff is lost.
Well, that's why people do prenups now.
Even sometimes, even with the prenup is like it can still go in the women's favor because there's some strategies that women would do where they're all like, oh yeah, well, I didn't know, it's all like I didn't know like I didn't fully understand like the prenup at this particular time. It can possibly get thrown out of the court case because of that. I forgot what it's actually called, but it's something similar to that.
That sounds like that don't sound like a case that commonly happens though.
I mean, it doesn't commonly happen though, but it's still like one of like the major possibilities. Basically, most of the stuff all comes down to documentation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You have to have 10 times more heavy documentation as like a man, compared to like a woman and whatnot. So that's something to basically like take into consideration and all that. But basically going back to like my other statement though, right? Like the whole making the career into like your personality and everything else like that is a major issue. Because like for a prime example, if I was to go out with somebody and you were to ask me what I know about this girl, and I don't know anything about her personality, but the only thing I know about her is what she does for a job, the type of degrees and everything else that she has and all this other stuff like that. Is that really like knowing a person or anything else like that? Or are you just knowing, it's like, are you really dating that person or are you dating their career? That's what it basically comes down to.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. People are weird. I just hate the fact that, like, divorce is usually favored towards, like, the women at times. But, like, I think prenups should be mandatory, just like how, DNA tests for, mothers should be on the thing, too.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I've been seeing a lot of people saying, like, oh, they banned fucking DNA tests, and I'm asking these motherfuckers, and they're black, by the way, who's saying this shit. Where's the source? Nothing. Not a word. Not a peek. Be like, I hate when motherfuckers post shit and not give you any sources.
True.
Because I find it kind of weird they would like add something and then like a few months later just take that shit away. I don't know. I'm a black pseudo single man because people don't see our online relationships as real relationships. Remember that bitch was like, "That's not a relationship. That y'all just gooning, fucking pervert." Like what? Because that bitch, I had a chance.
But okay, overall, Claim 2, I basically see it as like a 50-50. She didn't win or lose on that one. Claim 3, we live under a matriarchy, not a patriarchy. I think this was the one she kind of took a L on. I'm not even gonna hold you on it.
Yeah. Because like the matriarchy is there, that there's a lot of women that hate men or whatnot and act like they are actual feminists and everything, because there's a lot of people that make feminism just look bad. And like, mind you, feminism is for both sides, not for one side. And if you push it on to just one side, this is like the boys versus girl shit that we had since we were kids.
Yeah,
it's just called
exactly.
something different now. Because like there are toxic women out there that be abusing men, but nobody wants to talk about that. That's too controversial, you know.
Well, I mean, it's still pretty hard for certain people to like convince that like women can rape men anyway, because of like the whole
my favorite I mean, what
biology thing.
What? Why'd you stop talking? Go ahead, Keith. Oh shit.
Oh my god. Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, misogyny versus
I think
misogyny versus misogyny.
I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of like misandry is like kind of dodge the accountability of being a misandrist.
Yeah, because usually they don't see themselves as that. They usually see themselves as, oh, I'm better than y'all niggas. I know what I'm talking about. Shut up while a grown woman talking, even though it's not like a child. But those usually are from like people who are narcissists and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it definitely comes from narcissism.
Which sucks.
It does. Because in their eyes, a lot of women can't do any wrong, but men can do all the wrong. So
yeah, because people that do that see women as a weaker race, and I hate that shit.
True. If I remember correctly, wasn't there like a thing that like Knuckles said in Sonic Boom where he was when he was explaining that like by saying that damn, what was it that he said? It was something about like by saying that men are better at women than of doing something. You're basically like proving the argument that like you're deflecting the wait. I gotta find it now.
Yeah,
it was something.
It was something. But no, with the whole shit or whatnot, bro, I think the show's just like a flip flop because like it just seemed like they just got people who would not ask her real fucking questions or like actually debate her fully, because it feels like she would try to deflect and or try to ignore some of the stuff that's based around the subject at hand. Like she did that and stuff like that. But I don't know. We need Ro in here so I can talk about his waifu to his face.
Oh, I found it.
Stream that bitch.
One penalty kick.
Oh.
Oh my god, hurry, stream it.
Stop.
Hurry up and stream it.
Why are you gay?
It all comes down to this one penalty kick. Can the young woman break the glass ceiling and prove once and for all that a female can be just as good an athlete as a male?
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender roles, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo.
Pause it! You know what? People scared of idiots like this because idiots like this will be super smart and bring out good points, but act like the most stupidest fucking idiot like me in the fucking world. You know that saying, "Don't be the smartest person in the room." That's in the room. That's Knuckles.
Pretty much.
So everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I mean, he has a point though.
Knuckles is a feminist. Is there comments on this one?
Let's see. It's been years since Knuckles said this, and some individual still hasn't got the message.
No! Dude, this is a kids show. They're showing this off to kids. This is why I say the kids that are growing up now, or you know, they're Gucci. They don't have like they don't have any like big issues or whatnot. They're just fine, bro. But no, what was the other topics that were talked about in it? I don't remember. There was 5 of them, right?
Yeah. So let's see. Let me go back to the thing. Claim 4 feminist has made things easier for men. She was actually mostly correct on this one. I would definitely give her the W on that.
What was her argument?
So basically,
I watched this shit. I don't remember this. This is why I gotta get off of YouTube. So I watched this shit and don't remember any of the fucking topics. I think I shared the shit in the Discord. But no, go ahead.
So basically, it all comes down to, because you have stuff like OnlyFans, because you have stuff like Instagram models and everything else like that. What is the point of using sexuality as an empowerment when all men gotta do is just like, oh hey, this chick necessarily don't want me, let me go to her Instagram, see like a bunch of like half naked photos and everything else is like cool, still saw her somewhat naked and everything else like that. Yeah,
the fuck out my dick. Like, this Charles penal abuse. Looking at this bomb ass woman with the BBL that's about to fall out of her scars. Like, you can see the fat just peering out of her stitches.
It basically just comes down to.
I'm sorry, I'm overusing that. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta let the jokes roll sometimes, you know.
It basically just comes down to your rebellion is basically feeding into male sexual desire and everything else like that, which is basically overall defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
Of said rebellion.
I would say, as a person who's online a lot, I see a lot of this shit, and this is easy just to goon or whatnot. If I want to watch it, if I want to go to xnxx.com, the most grimiest porn site in the United States or whatnot, to watch a woman masturbate, then I could have just 3 clicks away or whatnot. I'm not going to ask an actual woman, hey, could you masturbate on camera for me? That's just creepy as fuck. I'll just go to a porn site, you know, do that. And yeah, it does kind of, like, just porn in general just make this is too easy. That's why I hope this text shit actually spreads a little bit. Because that would definitely get me off of porn. I don't like putting my ID in shit unless it's giving me money. Like, I do have my ID in Pornhub because I did try to upload some videos of myself, but I haven't used that site in decades, so it is what it is.
Now, also notice, a mass majority of the time where like a woman, like one of the women feminists will come up, the first thing she would ask is like gender pronouns to basically like weed them out and everything else like that.
No, ain't no feminist gonna be like, mind you, there are more feminists that don't like the LGBT community, especially the T's in the community, than any other community I've ever seen. Like, yeah, there are feminists that would be like, hey, I am X gender, but there are a lot of feminists that would be like, hey, I don't fuck with that shit. I am a cisgender woman, and we don't like that shit. And, like, I have had female feminists be like, hey, I feel like these like trans people are approaching in a women's space, and it's only supposed to be a women's space. Give them their own spaces so we won't feel uncomfortable. And like, mind you, I understand a little bit because I have people explain this to me and everything like that. And like, it's funny too because the field of feminist people who are talking to, like, man, it must feel really nice to have trans men, female to male, and not have to worry about shit that them talking about and everything like that. And I'll be like, that because 90% of them are just fucking depressed and seeing how to be a man is. Like, really, trans men really don't do anything that's that bad or the showboat or whatnot. It's mostly the trans women that do that kind of stuff. And did you hear that Disney trans woman ended up getting banned from Disneyland and end up having to leave because of it?
I didn't look into it, but I did like see, what was it, Sensitive Society make the video?
Yes, I think I posted it inside the other Discord.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to like look it. I didn't get a chance to look into it, but I saw like the thumbnail. I was like, oh, okay, finally.
Yeah. So basically, what happened with her was she did get an interview with another trans person. She was saying her gripes like, hey, you're making the trans community look bad, and what's her fucking name? And Lily Tino was like, no, I'm just expressing myself the only way that I can and whatnot. And the other trans person tried to explain to him, like, hey, you need to chill with that because it's not okay to film other people in bathrooms and stuff like that, or talking about any of this in Disneyland where there's kids around and stuff like that. And she tried to push the point of, hey, there's adults there, there's adults who buy alcohol and stuff like that. It should be like an adult space too. And the other trans person tried to explain to her that that's not right, or that's kind of wrong, especially for a place just for kids, because even though this is made for adults to chill or whatnot, it's more of a children's theme park.
Yeah, exactly.
And I heard my gripes from other trans people too. They're pissed off at her just by her just making people look bad, because like they're not even pissed off at her with the Disneyland shit. They pissed off at her that the entitlement of people should know her gender beforehand. Like literally, there are trans people that be saying the same shit I've been saying, Ruin Lion been saying, other motherfuckers been saying, be like, motherfuckers don't know you, so why are you bugging people about it then? If a motherfucker's misgender you, just correct them and moving on. They're gonna apologize, like, oops, my bad. They're not gonna jump at you, not gonna bark at you. Like, mind you, the person's a bigoted, which is probably somewhere in the South, might jump at you, but to be honest, nobody gives a fuck about your gender. And I'm not saying that as if, oh, everybody thinks you're a dead gender. No. Fucking, if you tell people straight up, they're gonna be like, oh, my bad, keep it pushing. Like, motherfuckers don't know you. Like, motherfuckers don't call you like that. Like, if that was me and you told me, like, hey, call me by my actual gender, I'd be like, hey, what you gonna be actually called? I'd be like, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, bitch. But I can't be disrespecting trans people like that. That's for their community to do. I'm not going to disrespect a trans person like that. I'm just like, all right, what's your gender? Da 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 da. If I misgender you, I'm going to apologize, because I think misgendering, like, if you don't know the person online or whatnot, I haven't seen the person online or anything like that, read the bio or anything, you're not going to know what gender the person is.
True.
Like, unless they like tell you, or like fucking you know them personally or whatnot, and they like, and you know what their gender is, then you don't call them by that gender. But the person don't know you, they're gonna, like, the human ear and the human eyes are based off norms that we always have or whatnot. Now if you dress like a woman or whatnot and you come with a man's voice or whatnot, and for the rest you're not paying attention, we don't think you're a dude. And it sucks saying that shit, because sometimes some situations it's not even true. Sometimes you can sound dead ass like a woman and people will think you're a woman or whatnot, which is fine. But like, having such entitlement to have to force people to respect your gender is kind of fucked up. But then again, I'm on the outside looking in. Whatever I fucking said doesn't matter. It's on what the trans community says about her.
Sad but true.
But no, we got way off topic with that. Let's get back to Candace Owens and stuff like that, talking about her next topic. It's funny that she was trying to bait ladies, like, are you really cisgendered? Like, yeah, bitch. Kick her. Did you know there was male feminists up there too?
Yeah, they had a few male feminists too.
None of them went up there, bro.
No, there was a couple.
Did they make it to the chair?
Yeah, they made that. There was a few that made it to the chair.
I don't remember. Was there like extra ammo for this shit? And what I mean by extra ammo, if y'all guys know, it's for another podcast that I watched. Was like, was there any extra shit? Because I don't remember. I remember all the female points talking or whatnot, but never the males points.
It was in the second and third claim.
Oh yeah. I don't remember them talking. Oh damn! I gotta rewatch this shit. Cause I watched all the way to the point where she invited the Asian chick back because she felt she could actually have a conversation with them instead of just like she was able to have a conversation with all of them. I don't know what she's talking about. Saying I'm able to have a conversation with the Asian woman.
Yeah, because she was like the most. Yeah, she was like one of the. She actually did like the conversation between her.
But it is what it is. I'm gonna give this like we need better debates. I want to see a bunch of Republicans versus Destiny. That would be funny. You probably call them all fucking retards. But I want to see Hassan there getting roasted by a bunch of niggas. Like once Hassan down there, I want to be the first nigga who gonna be in one of those chairs talking about move, nigga. It's my chair, nigga. Just fucking niggas for it and get up there every single time. Like Hassan, why didn't you apologize to that dude who you harassed and shit like that, to the wrong dude with a gun? We're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah, he harassed, like his chat doxed someone and he harassed the wrong person with a gun because somebody told him to hang himself and whatnot. And he in his chat tried to use the name of the guy who said that in chat. Turned out it was a different fucking YouTuber or whatnot. And got and threatened a whole nother YouTuber for no reason. Didn't even check or anything like that. Didn't even back check or anything. Just start whipping out his quote unquote BB gun, even though, hey, we both live in California, right?
Yeah.
We're both of the African American persuasion, right? Remember when African Americans try to show their rights of their having open carry and they just took that away from us because we're black with machine guns and rifles and shotguns? Thus making the whole meme that black people are not allowed to have guns in California.
Yeah.
Now, what are one of the huge rules that you're not supposed to do with BB guns?
Pointed at anybody, especially law enforcement.
Not even that. What is the other one that is a big no-no that will get you shot?
Well, make it look as realistic as possible?
Yes. So, you know how most BB guns and most airsoft guns will have a colored tip, usually bright color of orange, red, yellow?
Yeah.
So, this ignorant ass motherfucker was flashing the gun, right? Mind you, we're going off topic. We're going to get back to Kansas Owens in a bit. Mind you, this dumbass motherfucker was waving a gun, right? Had the whole exhaust chamber and everything shown on stream, right? Because BB guns don't have an exhaust chamber, it's just full cylinder shooting out, right? And
right.
And later on, he was trying to say, "Oh, I just took off the orange cap." First of all, you're saying this online. Why would you take off an orange cap off a BB gun? If a cop saw that, like, mind you, this is on Twitch, by the way, where niggas got banned for less.
Oh yeah.
Like, Destiny's son got banned because he shot his dad off camera with a BB gun. It's funny, too. Kid cocked that shit, was like, "Get ready, dad." But no, yeah, I just dislike his song because he's ruining Twitch for everybody, bro. But no, let's get back to Candace Owens. I don't want to keep on going off topic or anything like that. But no,
actually,
go ahead.
I was about to say, actually, it's kind of mostly done.
No, oh yeah, we are mostly done, huh? Because we talk about the Asian lady.
Well, yeah, the whole Candace Owens thing.
So with that, watching this whole thing, how do you think our Candace Owens performed? But you can't simp though.
I'm not, but I think she first off, she has very good. She has very good patience because I can definitely tell there was a couple of times where she looked like she wanted to go off on somebody, but she has very good patience.
That was the white in her.
Honestly,
if she had a percentage of ratchet in her, she wouldn't have went off. She would have got that rubber band, put her hair back, put it inside the Kuma bun, and it would have been on.
Well, I will admit that like some of the stuff that she kind of lacked on, which was like the patriarchy versus matriarchy one, and kind of sort of like the second one about like the fulfillment with like children and all that. She kept it pretty neutral. There was a lot of them that kind of like went off, but also like looking at the comment section, I had to think about it for a second though, but a lot of people pointed out that the moment everybody was having like a normal conversation, that's when they got voted out.
Yeah.
But they didn't try to vote out all of the ones that was like going off on her and whatnot.
I don't know. Fucking the black chick got voted out way too quick, bro.
Yeah, that is true.
Because she tried to test her blackness, that ass.
Testing the blackness is wild.
No, because like the black chick, nigga, she Pan-African. I'll fuck with her, but like I don't know, she feminist too. She might hate me. I done over here called toxic feminists all kinds of bitches. But no. With that said, you want to talk about stop killing games?
Yeah.
So, do you know what the Stop Killing Games initiative is?
I don't. What is it?
So, basically, imagine you're playing something like The Division, right? And let's say the game had ends of service, right? Where you can't play the game online because it's tied to online and everything like that, but you play for the single player experience because the game can't be beaten in single player. How would you feel about paying $60 for a game that only has let's has like a live service but with single player elements like Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League?
I will feel kind of some way about that.
So, there's been a petition for this kind of thing. Let's say like you play a single player game that's a live service or whatnot with like minimal to barely any like multiplayer services and stuff like that. And all of a sudden you can't play the game anymore. Now this will happen with The Crew, which is a racing game where it's not even peer-to-peer or whatnot, right? But the game was only online and shit. And the game has to end service and everything like that because it's already been like 4 years and the game's not really growing in popularity like that because everyone's going to make their new games for people to buy and stuff. Now the game was a live service game, but people did this petition. Remember the guy who did In the Mind of Freeman?
Yeah.
It was that guy who's pushing an initiative to sign this, right? And you know who Pirate Software is?
It sounds familiar.
So Pirate Software is a game. It's a game coder who worked for Blizzard for about like 4 to 8 years, right? With his dad and everything. And like he's kind of like the fucking I'm the nice guy on the internet, even though it turns out he's just a fucking shit person just as well. But he has a huge following and fan base, right? And what happened with him was he misinterpreted and pushed out false info to discredit the fucking damn, I forgot what the name of this shit already is. Hold on. Stop Killing Games initiative. And so the guy who made up the initiative was like, hey, that's not what that means. Even though I've been quiet about this, that's not what that means. You should read a little bit more or the first sentence of the thing. And Pirate Software got his ego a little bit hurt and he started saying like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, because he's making a game too, right? And his thought was, hey, imagine if World of Warcraft ends service and now you're gonna have to play the single player version of it, or like because of this initiative or whatnot, which that's not the initiative. It is added in there, but they're not really looking at MMOs like that, because the MMOs usually are free or they just have end of service, just like because the game's not that popular and nobody's in there, right? That's what Stop Killing Games is not targeting those games. It's targeting games like Sims 4, which had online, was is only online. You can only play online or whatnot, even though you bought the game, and the game is supposed to be a single player experience. Like that's like playing something like let's say that's like something like playing like Nicopara with like for free, right? I mean, you pay like $60 for it, right? And all of a sudden you can't play anymore because they just end service or whatnot, even though you paid for only a single player experience.
Oh.
And so it kept on being a back and forth with people online, and Pirate Software just like fucking just fucking just not knowing how to take the L, saying that he fucked up or anything like that. But no, dude was like, hey, I said what I said, eat a dick. Or no, what did he say to him, dude? No, he said to suck my salty balls.
Bruh.
And like everybody started to like fucking just go ham, find out like he's low-caling a little bit. If he keeps going with this, he might well be a low-cal, but it is what it is. Pirate Software said something really, really stupid online, and nobody liked that. Like his ego got in the way and shit like that and everything. And like there are people that agree with what Pirate Software says, but they agree to a point to where like certain games shouldn't be put on this. If it's like let's say like a non-service games as a service video game shouldn't be put on this. It's like it's like playing God of War and you can't play the game now because of the whatchamacallit. Also, he thought it's like he thought it implied removing DRM 2, which it didn't imply removing DRM. DRM is still gonna be there, especially for like semi-online games and shit like that.
Right.
But if I'm explaining it wrong, I hope I'm not explaining it wrong. But that's the gist of what I got of it. I already put my signature like months ago about this controversy and everything like that. But now the dude who made the position is hoping that the signatures for the British version, because Europe is definitely gonna hit this, but America's not. Probably because Americans really don't care, especially putting in a signature or whatnot, unless like it gets like something on the news or some shit that hurts their company or whatnot. But no, that's
actually I can see that.
Yeah. So what do you think with that information that I gave you for that?
That definitely seems like something I gotta like look more into, but just off of surface alone, I'm kind of somewhat 50-50 on it.
50-50 how? Like not saying that you should agree with me, but like I just want to know your standpoint.
Cause on one hand I can get the I can understand the reasoning behind wanting it to pass and everything, but I also can see what's like the best way to describe it, which is another reason why I gotta like look more into it. But when it comes to killing off certain games, isn't it just kind of more of a it ran its course type thing?
Well, no, because like if you play full price for a game, especially a digital game, you should be able to keep that game forever. Like that's your game. And like Ubisoft, I think it was either Ubisoft or EA was telling people to destroy their copies of the game once sales is ended or whatnot.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like think about the amount of games that you like pay full price and then become like super obsolete after a while anyway. Like
I still have my 3DS though. I'm still playing Smash Bros for the 3DS.
like Smash Bros is a game that, like, yes, it ran its course and everything else like that, but you can still like go back and play it because you can still go back and play because it still has like some stuff that like even Smash Ultimate doesn't have or anything else like that.
Yeah, but like
on the other,
that's why
I'm
we have a lot of missing games right now. Like there's a furry game that came out through the 3DS that was really good that people want back. People want Golden Sun back, but Nintendo's being Nintendo right now. And that's another thing too. We have publishers that do not want this to come out and whatnot. Like there's somebody made a whole collage of companies that do not want this petition to pass.
I mean, I can kind of see why Nintendo evolved because Nintendo don't want it to pass, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, because they want to resell their games. That's why.
Exactly.
Digital games, like paying. Fuck, this is shitty too because Mario Kart came out and that's just like an $80 fucking game, which is fucked up because Grand Theft Auto 6 is not even out yet and everybody's waiting for that to come out. So it's kind of fucked up too because I don't have a Switch and I'm still feeling the repercussions of games being like fucking $80 and shit, which is crazy, nigga.
Which like some games is kind of dumb to me because I don't think I don't ever think that Breath of the Wild like I don't think the first one has ever really went down in price a lot.
No, a lot of these games that came out in like 2016 are still $60. Like EA has a habit of doing that. Ubisoft, oh my god, fucking Ubisoft definitely a habit of doing that shit. A lot of other game companies that have like scummy or bad practices do this shit, and like it's fucked because like why do this much even though they're like 10 years out of date?
I mean, that's the sad thing about it, to be honest.
Mic off.
Because that was also because even when we were still like on the Wii, something like Smash Brothers like Melee on the GameCube hardly ever like left its original price tag. But the games that I'm talking about specifically, is something like the Madden games, for a prime example. Where like it right off the bat, it's like full price, but the moment the next Madden comes out, all of a sudden, it's a $2 game.
It's not even that. Fucking let's say like sports games don't even update their software up to like the current fucking gen because like they're just rehashing old games and not rosters or whatnot. Now I think there should be like a pay to play version of Madden where the roster just updates throughout the years and shit like that, and you just play with that game. And you could buy like skins for your teams and shit like that, you know, for like old skins and shit like that. But EA's never gonna do that. They want to make infinite money by capitalizing on football games.
Oh yeah. Well, they already capitalized on football games in general when they made that one thing that no other company could really like make NFL games. Even though at the time, like before that actually came out, the 2K series was like way better than Madden. It was definitely proven because after the 2K series for like football like died out, they basically like took their mechanics and like made a dumbed down version in Madden. That's why you hardly see like any football games now outside of Madden.
But no, man, I just wish these game companies is better. Just allow us to keep our games or whatnot instead of just like one day having our digital game there and this being gone afterwards. Like,
I mean, there was like
we paid more for a license than the game itself.
Which you're not wrong, because there was certain games that came out like on like the 360 that I never got a chance to play because it was off the Xbox market by the time like I started playing by the time I like got the system and whatnot.
Like, mind you, I don't like the game obsolete, but people still have those games, and I think like if a remaster comes out, they should still be able to keep the old game as well. Not like an upgrade or whatnot. If you offer upgrades for if you have the old game, make the game like $40. Make the games like $40 for the upgrade or some shit.
Right.
Oh shit. But no.
And then that's also not putting DLC in the context too, because like think about the amount of DLC everybody wasted on like Call of Duty only to like ditch that said Call of Duty like
Right?
once the next one comes
Call of
out.
Duty has that shit bad. Like mind you, if it was like World of Warcraft or some weird shit, like that's understandable. But like that's why I think they should remove the monthly sub from World of Warcraft and just have us pay for expansions. Because if you remove the sub or whatnot, players be able to enjoy the game how it's meant, like how people enjoy Final Fantasy and stuff like that. But then again, you still have to pay a monthly thing for Final Fantasy as well. So like, it kind of just sucks, you know?
Right.
But like, I just don't want games to fucking just be taken away from you just because you paid for something, you know?
True.
But no, with that, go ahead.
All those poor 200 people who wasted all that money on Concord.
Stop! I was even gonna make a Concord's joke. Stop! I know somebody who plays that game, and I always tease him about the shit too.
Bruh.
Like every time he talks about some shit, like, what about your favorite game, Concord? The game that you put over 100 hours in. He's probably gonna hear this and be mad as fuck. But what's the next topic, by the way? Because that was going to be a short topic of how idiots turn themselves into fucking locales.
Let's see, where is the so we did that.
I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas. Over here at the Carnival Cruise, I'm like, I hate niggas, 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 I hate niggas.
Oh shit, we both have like one topic left.
What it is, cuz?
Lazarus and Go-Go Loser Ranger and my problem Orphan Time.
Yeah, what's up with Orphan Time? What's up with the Hell of a Boss? I've seen this. I didn't watch this short, but I'm aware of it.
Alright, so basically the short is Blitz and Luna is going to like is hired to assassinate this one guy who basically got I think his name is Mr. Wriggles or something like that.
The guy who
basically
went Flanders?
Yeah, this dude is basically like Ned Flanders and Mr. Rogers, like all lumped up into one.
Oh god.
So they're all like, yeah, so they basically are assassinating this dude because apparently like from the small glimpse, somebody basically wanted him assassinated because they got like the upper hand on him somehow. So you're thinking like, okay, this dude is like nice on the outside. There must be like something about this guy that like justifies killing him. But throughout the whole episode, they're all like, oh yeah, we came to like. No, that's the thing. He isn't. That's the stupid thing about it. He actually like he actually like raised a bunch of orphans and everything else like that. And they're all like, well, he's all like, well, if I must die, I must die. But before you do that, can I at least say goodbye to like all the people are like orphaned and everything else like that? So they basically like spend the whole day going house to house saying that he was gonna get like murdered and everything else like that, and he coming to say his goodbyes and everything else like that. Towards the end of the episode, it's just like him and Luna. Basically, it's just him and Luna. Yeah, Luna's an orphan.
Okay.
They haven't really.
I'm in the bathroom. I can't press the proper light.
So once so they're basically sitting on the bench, and they're the Mr. Wriggles guy basically was talking to Luna and everything else like that, and he was all like, I'm kind of glad that I'm at least like made another friend and everything else like that. So then he was all like, hope we see each other soon, and she was like, well, no, I'm gonna be in hell, so I highly doubt it. So then she was basically in a vulnerable state, and he basically was all like, I think that anybody who becomes friend with you would like to see like the real you. And she was all like, well, I don't think anybody's like really ready for like the real.
He's like, holy shit!
Basically, that's what happened. She actually goes out of the disguise, and then like he starts freaking out, which I'm all like, okay, kind of a little bit understandable, because we see somebody go from like a human to a werewolf in real life, you're definitely gonna freak out.
Oh yeah,
of course, like
dick.
as he's,
I mean, what?
As
Here at the HotSticks podcast, we do not push furry fandom here. Continue, King.
So basically, as he's like freaking out, she accidentally like shoots him in the leg, and then like she tries to like end it, but like the gun jams. So then of course like
oh no,
Blitzel over there like smashes his head in until he dies and whatnot. But they're over there like screaming and all that.
Oh no.
And I'm all like, bro, you just like re-traumatized like Luna like once again and whatnot.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. It's all like, as a person who actually wants more character development for Luna, which is already the already confusing thing about the episode is it looks like it's in between like some of like the other episodes, because when you look at how the last season ended, it looked like Luna was like on good terms with like pretty much everybody, but like at the beginning of this episode, it looks like she was like still being like rebellious and whatnot.
Yeah.
So nobody knows if this was like supposed to be like before season 2 or during season 2, or where this is supposed to lie into. So it's kind of confusing like timeline wise. But yeah, I think that was like one of the major issues I basically had too, is like they don't well, actually, part of it is kind of understandable, because I was like, I was originally going to say, like, hey, they don't necessarily give Luna that much character development, but to be fair, in season 2, you didn't really see a lot of her, because the actual voice actress lost her husband. So she had to take like a very long. Yeah, she had to take a long break.
Hello Boss hasn't been uploading for a bit? Because this short was like.
I mean, I think is part of that, and the fact that they're pretty much still working on the new season, and obviously like the season 2 of like Has Been Hotel.
Oh, because Brendan Rodgers. I know Brendan Rodgers has been doing a lot of fucking videos.
Oh yeah.
But that's unfortunate.
He has more free time now. It is. And I think during that whole time frame, I think you've seen like maybe like one episode where like Luna was in, but she didn't say like a single word. So
damn.
I mean, the good thing is like she didn't get like replaced in anything else like that. And then she slowly went back into voice acting when she was when she started voicing Chevaruse on in Genshin.
Okay. But no, I hope she's okay, fam. That's fucked. But like in the episode or whatnot, do you think we're gonna see the characters interact again or no?
Only time would tell, because nobody really knows what's gonna happen. Or I guess like you kind of know like what season 3 is going to be about though, but you don't necessarily know like what their plans for it is.
All right, with that said, let's talk about the last topic.
Yeah.
So, I've been watching anime. I know we haven't talked about anime in a bit, but these are 2 animes that I wanted to watch or whatnot. First one we're going to talk about is Lazarus. Oh my god, Lazarus is actually okay.
It's actually okay.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm not going to say it's good. I'm not going to say the best thing ever. It was actually just okay, and it is what it is. Sadly, I have a note here saying not the anime of the year, but sadly, it was better than the last one that Adult Swim put out. Yeah, so you know that ninja one that I watched that turned out to just be Warframe at the end?
Ninja Kamui?
Yeah, actually, I didn't finish it because it was actually gotten ass when they gave him the armor and shit like that, or when they started introducing armor and shit like that. If it didn't have the armor, then it would have been an okay anime, but I guess this was testing grounds for shit like this. That anime was kind of ass, to be honest. Especially after they introduced the armors and stuff like that, and how the armors worked and everything. But like when Lazarus came out, I gave Adult Swim a chance, and actually it was a pretty okay anime.
Okay.
Like I'm sitting here thinking, oh, this shit's about to be garbage, but it was better than that though. Like it felt like a lot of the characters felt good, even though they did have a cross-dressing character, which is funny because I remember, I think I talked about the episode before, but they had when they had to dress up the teenager as a girl so they could sneak into this fucking thing or whatnot. And like throughout the story or whatnot, there was this creepy ass DJ that was just lusting over him, but like he didn't like fill him up or anything like that. It was just he had a different kind of creepy.
Oh.
Like he didn't want to fuck her right away or have her get drugged because all the other women were getting drugged. But like he didn't do that, so he like pulled this dude to the side, and like later on he sees him again. He just gets the shivers, and he actually walks up and like, "Hey, you have a sister?" And he's like, "No, why? Because you look familiar." You'd be like, "Oh, you may saw me passing by or anything like that." You can tell this nigga like scared. Didn't tell him, by the way, so like, yeah. But no, finally, best girl and best boy finally make out. But like, it was just like him finding out how cool he was, or her finding out how cool he was or whatnot, because dude was like just a free bird running around doing like a bunch of free running stuff. But assassin rose through, try to kill the main character, but fucking whatchamacallit, ends up with the killer actually dying in a funny way, because the only reason why the main character is still alive is because of the Deus Ex Machina of who the fuck are you? Why do you have that item? Are you one of the assassins? Please help me, my mind. Because the assassin killed his whole classroom and his sensei before he killed him, wiped his memory or whatnot, and that was it for that. Basically they ended up finding a dude, and dude was just dead ass in Skid Row. But he was
in Skid Row.
Yeah, but he was infected too. Cause basically what happens in Lazarus, there was this pill that everybody takes that takes away all the pain and all the like depression and whatnot. But it was produced as a drug, but it was produced as a legal drug that everybody can take. And and that drug would end up turning out to be catastrophe because a lot of people were gonna die, and the first test subjects were dying like at alarming rates. And the dude told him like, "Hey, you have 30 days to come find me. I have the antidote." Because the whole reason why he was in hiding, because he was scared that he might end up getting murdered or whatnot, because motherfuckers did try to kill him.
Valid.
So he did this little thing. Y'all niggas have 30 days. Until then, after that 30 days, the first people who took the drugs are gonna start dropping like flies. GG's, make time, bro. And then find him in the end. They found this nigga was down the street with a little bit of help of a couple of hackers and all that good stuff. Like he wanted to be found, but like found by the right people.
That makes sense.
And like the Lazarus team found him, and I was like, yes. And so for the other side of the room, now mind you, this is a shonen anime, but like I still dislike it because it is a shonen anime. It's like one of those like underdog shonen anime where the villain becomes like the hero at the end, even though I don't like how this ending turned out. I feel like everything was rushed. Cause
wait, why does it feel like everything is rushed?
Because like when it got close to the end, like around like episode 6, that's when like they started doing the end game shit. Like I read some of Go-Go Ranger ahead or whatnot, and there was a whole like several story arcs before they got to this. And it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense for them to do all this. Like mind you, we were getting close to the end. One of the characters who's half monster, half human, actually did like Fighter D, but has what's his name? But like I think she still likes him. Because you do see him back in the end or whatnot, but like, damn, I feel bad for Fighter D, but I think got pushed into a cell for a couple episodes where everybody did their own arcs. Let's see my notes here that I have. So, yeah, the anime felt rushed, and honestly, it wasn't fun to watch. Like I didn't think I would have this much fun watching a fighter on the enemy team or whatnot trying to kill motherfuckers and shit, which is crazy. And then we find out how the Red Ranger survived being stabbed in the back or whatnot, because the Pink Ranger has the ability to like heal people from almost from the dead. Everybody finds out like Fighter D is actually Home Dude, and Home Dude was still alive with a missing arm and face is fucked up, nigga. That nigga face looked like Seal after he got acid put on that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, because his face actually gets fucked up. Like in season 1 or whatnot. So he went to hiding and they found him. He tried to help a couple of other monsters or whatnot who we thought were human. They were actually monsters. It was crazy. I thought they were dead ass human. But that's besides the point. The show was good. I just wish Fighter D became the Black Ranger. Because Fighter D is all black. It would have been cool. We would have the like little skull motif and all that shit and everything. I'm like, damn, this is actually fucking lit. But no, it ended like any other Sentai, even though like the Rangers find out to be like fuck, especially the Red Ranger. Like, especially the Red Ranger. This nigga's narcissistic. This nigga
the Red Ranger is narcissistic?
Oh, it's bad. He's like Homelander.
Oh no.
Like in season 1, one of his subordinates like actually checked him, saying like, hey, nigga, you shouldn't be this narcissistic. And Red Ranger got up like, you calling me narcissistic? Nigga, push your head into a wall, nigga. Paint your wall with the brains, nigga.
Actually, now that I think about it, I can kind of see it. I can actually kind of see it.
Nigga, the Red Ranger was diabolical, nigga. And it's fucked up because he's actually a good guy. He just can't take people just being a hero. Besides him, he's like, I'm the hero. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Masturbating him to the fucking ether.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I can see him being narcissistic.
Look like I do whatever the fuck I want. Fucking the shit out of the girl. I'm like, this nigga needs to chill. But no, Go-Go Ranger is actually pretty fucking good. Oh shit, that actually scared me.
Yeah, I remember you were like excited. You were excited for when the previous season came out.
Yeah, because I read some of it because somebody was telling me about it. Like, hey, there's a Sentai comic you should read, and I'm like, what is it called? It's called Go-Go Loser Ranger. I'm like, what? And so I read something that was like, oh shit. And then I found out the anime is gonna come out. I was like, I'm just gonna watch the anime. I'm probably gonna read the rest of this shit because, like, I don't like being spoiled by anime unless there's like a chapter that's not related to the anime. And lo and behold, there were chapters not related to the anime, which was fine. But yeah, man, I just wish this was like a couple more seasons. Like, we could have got there without rushing so bad, because it feels like this season was rushed and they were just gonna cancel it anyway, and so they just pushed it out or whatnot, and it just felt bad. Like, mind you, this is the last one I'm gonna watch forever or whatnot, because I think I'm gonna drop anime for a bit.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think Still Ball Run is coming out the end of September.
Oh, where? So I'm gonna have to read this shit again or watch this shit. I want to see how they explained who killed who in that fucking scene where they all witnessed somebody being killed, but it was witnessed through 3 different angles. Is how they found out how Holiday's fucking stamp power works.
Oh.
Cause like this is what I hate about Araki's work with JoJo. There's some shit that get explained better in the anime than the manga. Like how does King Crimson works? That is the most hugest meme. And since the anime come out, we figured that he just has a skip button.
I mean, wasn't that mainly because they badly translated it?
Oh, it was terrible, nigga. Oh, that translation was bad. Holy fuck! What does King Crimson do? I understand. Does he stop time? Does he like step through time? What does he do? Finally, the anime come out to explain what his power was, and people were still like, "What does King Crimson do?" Like, nigga, he skipped through time. That doesn't explain his other half. How is he able to walk through time while it's being skipped? But nah, I hope the other ones get new stuff too. But I just wish we got whatchamacallit? I just wish we got one that still stayed with like the in the current timeline with Dio and stuff like that, where the Invisible Girl will come back as like a stand user and everything, because she actually had a stand power. She was just invisible for most of the time.
The one from Part 4?
Yeah, the baby.
Yeah, the baby from Part 4. Yeah.
I gotta stop watching Terminal Montage, bro. Niggas like the baby.
The baby.
But no, with that said, do you want to talk about anything on the side? Because I'm done with both of those.
Let me think. I didn't really hear much incidents happen during Anime Expo.
Oh yeah, Anime Expo was last weekend. I talked to
Yeah.
I talked to Andrea about it. She had a good time.
All right, that's good.
I hope no incidents didn't fucking happen with at Anime Expo that I'm not gonna find out for about a while. Dude, I really want to go next year, but like, are you gonna go back to Anime Expo? No, huh?
I was actually going to try to aim for ALA and then maybe try to go to the next Anime Expo, but
tickets are $170.
They keep raising it. Yeah, it's almost $200 for like a 4-day ticket. I'm all like, bro, I gotta have like.
What is add on to this, bro? Like, are we able to use everything? Are we able to get like some free stuff? Like, is there gonna be like a lesser 4-day pass? Do I have to go like press?
I mean,
like, I'm down to do press.
You're just basically getting the same shit.
Yeah,
I think they only upped the prices because of how crowded it's been getting.
Dude, oh my god, it's been overcrowded. And it will get
mean, but
go ahead.
You're adding all the like. That's because we're now adding all like the normies to it now.
Normies are going to Anime Expo?
Yeah, ever since it came back after pandemic. Remember, like once pandemic started, like that's when all the normies is all like, oh, I didn't know anime was like this good.
Oh my god, they watch one episode of fucking Castlevania and think they're anime nerds.
I still need to watch Castlevania.
What? Oh, you're missing out, nigga.
Yeah, I keep hearing about how justified like Dracula is, and after I keep hearing, I'm all
want
like,
me to tell you why it's justified?
I pretty much got like the premise of it, because it's basically his wife showed him that, you know, humans could be good too, and in the village like basically like killed his wife. He gave him a whole year. Wait, who did?
It was a kingdom, because basically what happened was when they knew that Dracula bounced and they knew that she was there, so they started calling her a witch because of the church, right? The church,
right? Yeah,
that's how corrupted the church was back then. And so they rode up, killed her. Dracula came back and was like, "These niggas did what?" Then he was like, "I hate niggas, I hate niggas, I hate niggas." And she pleaded for this not to murder him. And he was like, "All right, boo, you got 1 year." And then these niggas had a party.
A party celebrating it. I was like, yeah, that's justified.
Fucked. Over here celebrating my woman's death, nigga. The fuck you mean?
He's like, give you 1 year to leave the village, and instead of leaving the village, you celebrate her death. I was like, damn, that's kind of. It's like that was kind of justified.
And then the only reason why the fucking what are they called? Not the Helsings. What are the protagonists called in the series? But the Belmonts. The reason why the Belmonts are in it is because this dude was paid, and and he saw people getting murdered by monsters, and he didn't know the context of it until like at almost the very end of the series.
Bruh.
He was like, "Oh, humans did this." And you know what's fucked up too? In the second season, we do see them together, Dracula and his woman, just cuddled together in hell. Because in the show, he just gave up. He just wanted to see his woman again, bro. Like even in the fight when they had, nigga was like, you know what? I just want to see my woman again, bro.
Yeah, that's the type of love that like a lot of people deserve.
I know, right? Cause like you killed my woman, bro. I'm coming after you. But if she like, nah, they don't understand what they doing, I would have been like, you know what? You got a year too, bro. I would have given him 30 days though. Deadass. You have 1 month and 2 weeks.
1 month and 2 weeks.
Like, nigga, you think I'm playing, nigga? Send the hounds. Take their children. But no, Castlevania is good. It goes through a lot of politics of the vampires too and shit like that. There's a couple of scenes that you really would enjoy. There's this nigga who's on there who thinks all monsters can coexist with humans. It's all some Griffith shit, but he's a little bit different because he's black. I was gonna make a joke, but I stopped myself. Cause like it's I don't know if he is gay or not, but he's doing the whole fucking Poochie thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And being Poochie being gay for Dio.
I still don't think he's really gay for Dio.
Nah, that nigga's gay for Dio, nigga. That nigga was cuddled up with him in the anime and in the manga. What do you mean, bro? You don't lay in nobody's lap like that. Like, I know Rocky's sus, but damn, come on, man. Don't make me niggas gay like that.
I mean, I will admit, it did kind of look sus when they were over there, like, reading a book and they were both in the same bed. I was like, wait, hold on.
Nigga, why you hooked up with a vampire? Now, I love how Dio this thing, like, this is why I like Dio. Dio just didn't just kill niggas. Because also, this nigga wasn't hiding too, so. Oh, also, Phoenix is on Marvel Rivals.
I saw her busted ass, yes.
Nigga, she countered Hella's ult. I'm sitting here just coming, bro, like, oh! And Blade's gonna be a tank, which I called, by the way.
I'm actually surprised he was a tank.
No, it makes sense. Think about it. If he was DPS, nigga would just eat your life, bro. Like, he'll just be another Wolverine after that point.
Yeah, you kind of right.
Like, do you want to deal with Wolverine, or do you want to deal with a tank that just could lifesteal?
A tank that can well, that kind of works for me because I mainly only play tank.
Oh, when are we gonna play together, bro?
I mean, I can try to squeeze in sometime like Friday or Saturday.
Oh yes. How about for Sunday? Oh wait, you gotta go to D&D on Sundays, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep on saying I want to go up there, but I never do.
I mean, it's understandable.
Nah, cause like I've been playing Magic, MTGA, and I finally got past Plat. Yeah, I made a fucking Eldrazi deck to do it though.
Ooh, but understandable.
Now I also made it to fairy. I also made it to fairy deck too, bro. That shit's like up there. Like it's a turbo draw deck that has a monster that says when every time you draw a card, this card gains 1+0, and you can discard a card to give it hexproof, right? And it has lifelink and flying, and it's a 3/5, which means you're gonna have to put a little extra into killing it.
So how bad is it playing against the Final Fantasy decks?
Oh, it's great.
Because I saw that I saw that during the Pro Tour it was nothing but Vivi.
Oh, Vivi's nasty, nigga. So all you have to do is run cards that turn cost into 1, and you could just instantly just do shit. Like I've seen people just instantly just burn motherfuckers to death. I hate it. I hated it so much. Like every time I see Vivi, I kill her on the spot, or kill him on the spot. Sorry. Or is Vivi a girl or a boy?
I'm trying to remember. I think Vivi was a woman.
Okay, yeah, I kill her on the fucking spot. Like I see Vivi get put out there. Nah, get exiled, nigga. Oh, I'm also playing blue? Nah, get mana drain, nigga. Put him back in the deck, motherfucker. But no, I'm thinking about running a Vivi deck in my infinite.
Oh no, it's a he.
Is he? So I'm thinking about running Vivi in my infinite burn deck because I have an infinite burn deck that draws cards, but I have to kill you before I deck out.
Damn.
So basically, it takes the newer Misfit and the older Misfit that says, hey, every time you draw, deal damage. Every time you do damage, draw a card. This is a 12 mana combo, by the way. What is this thing?
I'm gonna have. Huh?
This is Keter, Refuck, Labor
Diddlylig has harnessed the power of the...
Stop! Hold on. You want to pop in the pod? This nigga sent me this stupid ass shit. I gotta forward this shit here. Check what I just sent.
Let's see.
Diddlylig has harnessed the power...
No!
Citizens are herded into labor camps to produce an endless supply of baby oil. Freak-off attendance is now mandatory. Those who speak out are strapped into the
diddle
Mine's my third wife.
Diddlylig has harnessed the power of the list keepers and dominated the world. Citizens are herded into labor. Diddlylig has harnessed the power of the list keeper and dominated the world. Citizens are herded into labor camps to produce an endless supply of baby oil. Freak-off attendance is now mandatory. Those who speak out are strapped into the diddle chair. God is long dead. Diddy-Lig has taken his place. Who will end the pandemonium?
I might actually buy that because that's hilarious.
Not 50 Cent!
They call him Sentius.
Oh, actually,
Phidias.
did you hear like the other
Legend
day,
says
like he turned 50, so everybody was all like, so is he a whole dollar now?
Oh no! And 50-50! Yo, they call me 50 because I'm 50. Oh no, they call me 50 because I have 50 hot dogs. Now that I'm 50, I have 50 raw dogs. No.
He survived 9 battles and still fights. Diddy-Lig sees him, and Diddy-Lig is not afraid. The eclipse is near. The final freak-off is about to begin. It must be stopped before the moon hides the sun. If not, Diddy-Lig's true form will be born. Will you join Sentius Phidias in the sea?
Sentius Phidias!
There is no guarantee you will survive. But if you do, prove you're battle ready. Don the Sentius Phidias t-shirt.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I kind of want the shirt
now at holyfool.shop.
Alright, with that say, you want to get out of here, bro?
Yeah, we can get out of here.
That was episode 185 of the HotSticks podcast. This was actually short. This is going to be like 3 hours. This is going to be easy edit. But no, with that said, Alicorn, where can you find you, King?
You can call it on YouTube and Alicorn Lion on Twitch.
You can find me at Doombot on YouTube or UB Doombot on YouTube, and on Twitch you can find me at Doombot_UBVT, which is Ugly Bastard VTuber. But with that said, we are out of here. Alicorn, thank you for coming to the podcast, bro.
No problem.